Joe Budden. No worry Ma.
It's Parks.
What's happening?
It's Parks.
What's happening?
Welcome to the Joe Budden Podcast, episode 241. That's it on them fucking podcasts we just did?
We just did 6 in a row.
Come on, that's bullshit, man.
Those should count. Fuck
We
that.
should be able to skip to 247.
Yeah, right.
Episode 241 of the Joe Budden Podcast. I'm your humble and gracious host, Joe Budden, here with a few of my nearest and dearest friends. Parks is here, Maul is here, Rory is here, Erickson is here, and Savon is here. I would like to shout out our Spotify listenership as well as our YouTube viewership. Please hit subscribe on both of those. I would like to shout out to everybody that came out to see us on the road. I'll get into that in a second. Shout out to everybody at work. Shout out to the crew, man. You guys, what's up? Y'all, how y'all feeling? You feeling good? Feeling great?
I'm good.
Got some rest.
Got a little bit of rest.
Finally got some sleep. Woke up still tired.
Yep.
Here to pod.
Right.
Nice little 14 hours of sleep. Still exhausted.
Yep.
So you did get some sleep.
I did.
Parks got some sleep.
I got a little bit. But don't you worry. These next 2 days, sleep will be gotten.
So you came home to something.
No, I just came back. You know, you come back. It's always shit to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't have anything to do.
I have mad shit to do.
It wasn't so much shit to do for
How
me.
much sleep did you get? You got some sleep?
I got sleep.
Okay. Yeah, I got about 8 hours.
Yeah, I got sleep. Wasn't like it was a meal prepared when I got home.
That's another story for another time.
Passive aggressive. Says it on the pod. Maybe you should listen.
Maybe you should listen. No, we're not doing that. So shout out to everybody listening. All right, you guys are feeling good. I ain't got time to be here all night, man. Let's get right to it.
Facts.
8 podcasts in 9 days is off.
Yeah.
It is.
That's a lot. Huh?
8 and 9. That's the count.
Whatever. 7 and 9. 7 and 9.
7 and
7 podcasts in 9 days. I'd like y'all to speak to that. Let me, because that's the first time I've ever done anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was. I felt it after probably like Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Well, now when we did the doubleheader in Austin, when we recorded the
That was
podcast and
Friday.
then did the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Friday. That's when I felt it. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I even said it. I said it to Rory. I was like, yo, as soon as we leave, I'm going back to the hotel, lay down.
No, you're not.
Rory
No
looked at me
such
like, fam, we got to go to the venue and do the meet and greet.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Yeah,
shit.
there's no such thing as you're going to the hotel to lay
Yeah,
down.
nah.
The day is booked, even though it doesn't look like it's booked.
The funny shit is in Houston, we had a nice hotel, and I didn't sleep in the bed. I slept on the floor.
They were all pretty nice hotels, and I didn't get to really.
Wait, hold on. Just gonna skip over that. Why'd you sleep on the floor?
Because I was like sitting up against the
Young.
couch, packing and shit, watching
young.
like highlights from the games, and I just
Yo,
dozed off.
knocked out.
Maul.
We had to be downstairs. It's what,
Maul.
6:30?
In Houston, you was watching the highlights.
Right, and then
was
just fell
games
asleep,
on that night, no?
packing your bag
Yeah. So that's just what happens. It's time to go home. We got to make sure everything is packed.
alone.
Yeah.
No, I know.
You didn't have any help packing?
No.
That's what I just told him.
Did you pack anything?
My clothes and my belongings, yes.
Okay.
Toothpaste?
That's all you.
Yeah.
That's all
No,
you
I forgot the toothpaste.
So did I.
That's all you unloaded.
Yes.
I'm sure didn't have to happen with Parks since he just packed a backpack.
Yeah, Parks.
Just put that to the side of his bed and was like, well, I'll see that in the morning.
Yeah, pretty much.
Parks just had jeans and cables.
Yeah.
It's a lot of talking. I'll be honest. It's a lot of talking.
Yeah.
That amount of podcasts and that amount of days, and
And the meet and greets. It's almost like a whole other podcast.
honestly, there's no way to 100% Parks, and there's no way to come home and say in a nice way that I don't want to talk for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people were amazed, like they were asking me, like, how are y'all doing this shit? Because, you know, for what it's worth, we really don't know what the fuck we gonna talk about. And you being a former, you know, artist performing, at least you had your set, you had your songs, you knew what you were gonna say.
Mm-hmm. This is totally different.
This is totally
absolutely.
different.
This is totally different.
This is like,
Completely
You know how many
different.
times I wish there was a turntable right there?
yo,
Just
like, this is
play some shit real quick.
This is like, yo, we like a lot of this shit depends on, you know, how the crowd is feeling, their energy that they give us.
Word, you can say what you want about a one-hit wonder, but I know what's gonna happen when Pump It Up comes on.
Right,
You,
know what
go
I'm saying?
save something. There's not we don't have like a saving conversation. It's like, all right, well, let's go with our number one hit.
Oh, y'all got the tight face? Hit it, Parks.
Like, we ain't got that. We ain't got that.
Damn,
So
we need to pump it up.
we do.
We do need to pump it
We
up.
need to pot it up for real.
Pot it up.
We need to pot it up, though. For real.
And how we kind of do it on this podcast is we kind of don't talk to each other or see each other for those days that we're not potting.
That was the problem.
We didn't not see
I
each
kept
other.
seeing you guys.
Yeah, that was crazy. It was
Still
different.
here. Still seeing each other.
Yeah, it's a little.
I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. It was
No,
great.
no,
Experience,
absolutely
just a new
memories.
experience.
I learned a lot about.
Oh no, I'm definitely not
Yeah,
complaining.
learned
I think
a
we're
lot
just giving
about-
ourselves props.
Yeah, no, we learned a lot about everybody. Learned a lot about Erickson. Learned more about Savon. Savon is great. I just want to put that out there.
I
He's-
met Drunk Erickson for the first time.
Yeah, drunk
Savon's
Erickson is the.
I think I
Yo,
like
never
Drunk
seen
Erickson a
Erickson
lot.
walk that fast.
No
when we
hat.
were going out.
No hat, Erickson.
Sunday night. I never seen him walk that fast. No hat. The curls was
Had
fresh.
the Dominican curls
Yeah,
popping.
he walked down on me in the spot and was like, "Yeah, I'm here." I said, I don't even know who you are
So
right
that's
now.
what your
but
voice sound like?
I was like, "Okay, fuck it, let's do it. Let's have fun tonight."
He
Fuck
was
it.
there.
He was there
He was in there.
And he did walk fast to the van. That was a little power walk.
for sure. He was like, "I will not be left behind tonight."
That was pep in his step.
Yeah, yeah.
I had fun. I want to thank everybody in the respective cities. I want to thank God for returning us all home safely to our families. For
sure.
Boy, that's such a great feeling. That is such a great feeling, especially when you're using United.
Yes, Joe and I almost got trapped in Houston.
Oh my!
Damn.
It took 9 hours.
They
to get
lost my
home
luggage and
from
then found it
Houston.
again in Houston.
man.
So thank you, United.
Really?
For finding my yeah.
I cannot stand you. I don't want to talk shit because I'm sure I'll use United again. But
don't have
Jesus.
It's almost
rough.
certain that we will use United again.
But man,
They
why
could at least put
why
outlets
do
in the
we have
seats,
to
man.
live like that, man?
My thing
Listen,
is
man.
United. They're making enough money. They need to step up there.
Outlets?
Yeah.
At least give us outlets.
Me and
we
Joe
don't-
boarded the plane, sat there for an hour, got off the plane, sat for another hour, got on the plane, sat for another hour. I was at a movies.
Why was it?
Which is cool, but the United workers, they act like the McDonald's workers when you ask for more sauce. That's how all of them act.
Yeah.
I cursed one of them out when everybody was away.
Wait,
from
why
me.
was y'all flight
I got to
delayed?
curse somebody out when y'all leave me alone.
Why was y'all flight
Yeah, it
delayed?
wasn't no weather.
They didn't really like tell us.
Maul, they're fucking liars, all of them.
Mechanical.
You've been sitting here for an hour. We thought that we're having a paneling issue that we thought we could take care of quicker, but gonna take some time. Need all you to get off. What the fuck does that tell me about what's wrong with the panel? Is something wrong underneath the
Well,
panel?
no, first
Right.
it,
Is
first it
there
was
a-
just paperwork.
Is there a darker, deeper criminal link here? They don't tell you shit.
Mechanical.
They don't tell the workers nothing. So now the workers'
No.
jobs is just to keep 200 rowdy people calm without really giving them any information.
Right.
And they not that wasn't on the requirement test to take the job. So they don't give a fuck.
Right.
But you always have to. They started out like
Now you
all right, if you
standing
got a
about to
connecting
smack the
flight,
shit out of
I would
United
suggest
worker.
you get the fuck out of here. And I was like, all right, well, I think I see where this is going.
Fam, if that was me and I sat there an hour and some of them come into my anybody with a connecting flight, that's crazy. Just y'all gonna have to just call like somebody else.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna hear my grievances. But I don't want to start with grievances. Yeah, I've been hanging out with Ian and Keeb and too many white friends. I start airing my grievances.
Yeah. You got to.
You can start
Apple-
tweeting
Apple Care?
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Keith called me and aired his grievances when he heard that he lost my luggage. So this is absolutely ridiculous. I was like, Keith, it's okay. Well, the luggage will be found. Leave it.
It's ludicrous.
I was like, I'm glad it was lost, like coming home and not going on tour. That's when it's the worst. Like, all right, so I don't have shit to wear. Like,
Yeah, because you was fresh to death on tour. I ain't gonna lie, I almost drowned off your wave.
you were pretty safe off my wave. You weren't about to drown off
yes,
my wave.
I was.
No, you weren't.
Now you telling me.
No, you weren't.
And I can't swim.
That was a good suit you had on in Houston. I got to say that again.
Did you
like
say-
Paisley
did you
on
say-
Paisley?
Did you say? I didn't hear you say it the first
I
time.
said it on stage.
Oh, really? No, you was cutting my ass up on stage.
When you dropped the mic and had to lay down to get the mic from off
I
the
didn't
floor.
have to, Maul. It was showmanship.
Okay, well, it looked like you had
We're running out of topics, Maul. You had to do the
Let me
fall on
lay
the
on the
ground
floor.
thing.
No, those pants are
I
like
had
if
to
he
buy
would
us some
have.
time.
No, those pants are like if he would have bent down, it would have been a real show.
No, I ripped the back pocket.
Okay,
I ripped the back
No, I
pocket.
was-
That outfit was fresh, though. I
was a good
saved it.
suit. That was
I
a good
saved
suit.
it for Houston.
Yeah, that was a good.
I
Suit.
saved it for Houston.
I was a little
Thought-
mad that you copped that Amy before me. I was like, oh, I didn't see that on the Instagram.
I mean, the Amy boys.
Amy boys was out
we
here.
And the Segway boys.
The Amy boys in this
Tore Dallas apart.
Yeah.
Dallas is
That
still,
Dallas show was
Dallas
great.
is still put together.
Nah, still demolished. Shout out to Dallas. Shout out to Houston, Austin, Denver.
Special shout out to Dallas.
Shout
That
out-
audience was like really, really
Super
great.
great audience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't expect to be that popping out there.
yeah, they were. Oof. That was a good
But that's
show.
not true. Yes,
Yeah,
I
once
did.
once I saw the third balcony,
Yeah,
I was
word.
like,
And the energy was like consistent the entire night.
Yeah.
Like that was dope. So
Yeah,
yeah, shout out
that's
Dallas.
understated, man. The
Yeah.
crowd being with it.
Was that 420?
yeah,
Yeah.
Dallas was 420. Yep.
Then there's that too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
guess.
that was a real good show.
Well, hold on. Before you continue, I think the streets really want to know the most pressing topic. Did Savon get a the or a D-O? Is N? Where's he at on the Don schedule?
We're not paying Savon any mind. Because Savon didn't get anything back. He's Savon still. He's still Savon.
They say Von the to me.
I think he got
All
a
right,
the.
Paul Parks
You
gives
say
him a
Von
the. Rory gives him a the.
I give him a do.
Wow. 2 letters. And a the.
I can't believe that. And that's the problem with men friendships.
What?
That ain't gonna get his fucking head blown off.
Why?
And y'all sitting here giving him a the.
Why you did
He's single.
All right. The behavior I saw on tour, do that in that Chicago-Detroit run.
No.
Oh no. No, he can't. But I think he knows that. I think he knows that. No. I think he knows that. I think he knows
All
where
right.
to move like that.
Yeah.
Austin,
how would he know?
Austin,
But how would he know if he's never been anywhere? How would he know if he's never been
I think
anywhere?
he's learning pretty
He's
quick.
heard.
Yeah.
He's heard about Chicago.
How would he learn? We just had a blast.
No,
Was
no,
that the
no,
fucking
no, no,
weed
no, but he's-
dispensaries and rafties?
Yeah, he's heard. He's
Why-
heard about
where
Chicago.
was-
He's heard about Chicago, and I'm most certainly he's heard about Detroit.
As soon as we got to Houston, I didn't know where he was at. I went checking in with the real niggas. I ain't got time for nobody to snatch Savon up in a van somewhere.
Well,
Savon
listen,
don't do that shit in Detroit and Chicago. I'm not
You
playing with
shouldn't
you.
do that shit in Houston or Dallas.
He shouldn't do it nowhere, but I mean, he wouldn't let me read his Insta DM, so I don't know what's going on. I know when a nigga won't let you read them,
That's something in there.
That's because he
some-
put
yeah.
our whole address of where we were staying.
it's some muddy shit
Come meet
going
us at
on.
this hotel.
At every city, I watch I won't say groupie girls because I don't even too disconnected to know who's a groupie and who's not. But the lookers, the ones that's looking, every city I saw him target Savon and say, "Up, there's the link. Up, there's my in."
Yeah, no, Savon was targeting back.
And
though.
that's dangerous because I ain't even know that we was those dudes that people was looking for in for.
yeah, no,
No.
I didn't think
But
so.
they are.
They are. No,
no,
I'm very
Did you
aware.
see it?
I'm aware. I'm aware.
And I don't know why somebody want to end with me.
You,
I don't even think it'd be me. Y'all niggas be popping.
not me. I be chilling.
Same.
Where do y'all want to start?
It's a great question. Some things
Where
happen.
would you like to start?
I don't think we finished that conversation in pre-production.
What conversation? About where to start?
What we're starting with.
I didn't want to start with Cardi versus the blogs.
We don't need to
because
start there.
some
Yeah, no, we don't need to
minds
start
who
with
are a
that.
little less savvy might not see that there is a deeper conversation to have there than Cardi versus the Shade Room. But we're not starting there because we're men. Let's start with no music again. Let me point that out there for you fucks who are keeping scorecard. And if you're playing bingo, I gotta assume there's scorecards out there too. There's no music out.
We got a Beyonce demo from 2 years ago.
Well, people are killing us because like Wiz did put out new music. There was a few artists that put
Yeah,
out
it
some
was.
new music.
Eric
so-
Sermon put out a project. Drew put out a project.
Yeah, people were killing
Static
us.
and Bun B just put
Yeah.
out a really good project.
Yeah, so there is music coming out. Maybe not pop. You know,
Not
the
a
music
lot.
No, it's definitely not a lot. Maybe not the type of artist that
Scarce.
we're looking for it to drop, but there's music coming out. Not as much as we anticipated, though. I thought a lot of big artists would drop in the first quarter.
Fam, Bun and Static drop.
Do quarters even matter anymore?
You have to.
I don't think so.
Yes.
They matter.
They
Yes,
do?
they do. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, they do.
I don't know. Not as much as they used to, for sure.
No,
Not as much as
they've
used
just
to.
changed. They've just changed. The third is the fourth. The fourth is the first, and the first is the second.
Well,
I don't
that's-
know. I don't. The third is and the third, which is really what the first. The first is pretty quiet.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, but
first.
that's why I'm surprised because if the fourth is now the first, usually the fourth, the bigger wigs drop.
I mean, I'm not sorry, not the fourth. I said that wrong. Not the first is the fourth because the first is quiet. The second is the fourth.
Okay.
Yeah.
The second quarter is the fourth quarter.
So right before it starts
Doing
to
some math?
spring, summer.
The first is quiet. What month? What month are we in? April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're still. So we're still here, and it's been quiet.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Yeah. It's been-
Next
it's been-
quarter, we just talked about this. We expect all the shit to come. The big time people, y'all are coming.
Yes. Yeah,
Coldest
absolutely.
thing, we don't need to do it again. We did it already. The third quarter, the newer acts will drop. In the fourth quarter, I don't fucking know what's going on in the fourth quarter, but shit is all mixed around. But there are still quarters, and they do matter still.
I agree.
Y'all niggas better be careful. Everybody ain't trying to rush out there the next quarter. Well, we keep talking about that.
Yeah.
Tech Nine dropped. I didn't get to listen to Tech Nine because
seen
Tech
that
Nine, you got to actually listen to it, and it's 21 songs. They're actually real songs, so you got to listen.
Yeah, you got to.
It takes about a week.
Really listen
Yeah,
to
yeah,
that.
yeah. You gotta listen. You gotta listen to that type of shit. So then that leaves us to start where? A lot of people were looking forward to me coming in here and discussing Kanye and the choir service at Coachella, but I'll be honest, I am gonna leave that divulging to you gentlemen.
Okay.
You and Maul and Parks. I'm gonna leave it to you guys. That's the beauty of this podcast.
To divulge in that. Okay.
Yeah, y'all have a blast. I've made my sentiments clear for a year straight, and I don't really feel like I need to continue making my skepticism everyone else's.
I couldn't find the full thing, so I only saw a bunch of snippets and a bunch of press releases about who we brought out and set lists and so forth.
I've been on this podcast very vocal about my disdain for pastors and people that really take advantage of Christian people for profit. I'm not going to go ahead right away and say that this is it, but I do think you taking the merch thing is a bit too far for my moral level. And not to say I'm the moral compass by any means, but I just think selling church socks that say church socks for $70 it's almost insulting.
$70 socks is insulting.
Why? Why is it insulting?
Because I don't think Kanye
that's
West.
fun to play devil's advocate in this.
I don't think Kanye West has given enough to that type of lifestyle and able to profit from it yet.
What do you mean by that?
I don't think he's
that type of lifestyle.
I don't think he's given enough to the Christian community to be able to profit from it. While I see Kirk Franklin doing so much for the Christian people, I have no problem with him profiting off his music that uplifts Christian people. I have no issue with that.
I don't know enough about Kanye's religious and spiritual background to know if that's what he's trying to do. What do you say to the people that are solely taking it as Kanye selling merch, the same way every other act there is selling merch?
Yeah, but it's a bit deeper than me putting my name on a T-shirt and then selling it from my profit. You're now playing with something that uplifts people's actual spirits and their life.
Or he's selling merch. Like everyone else there.
With the but my message, if I'm an Ariana Grande fan, is me. And I'm not saying a lot of rappers have put messages on there.
A lot of rappers have
been around God.
Have put God
of course
on shirts.
I'm putting the same way with the
and
Fear of
hoodies.
Gods and Nike with that. I'm not just solely putting this on Kanye West by any means. I think it's distasteful in anything to use God for profit when you're not part of that lifestyle. And you haven't given to that lifestyle.
But he
did early on in his career.
How can you say what lifestyle he is or is not a part of? That's what I'm saying.
Do you think Kanye West is a day-to-day fully on into the Christian community?
I don't know. Like, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with saying what I do and don't know. I have no idea.
I just don't like the fact that Kanye bounces from one side of the spectrum to the other so often, and it's like nobody is saying anything about that. Like, just 6 months ago, you were telling us that Make America Great Again. If it was even 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And you were running around with this hat, somebody made you feel like a superhero, this, that, and the third. And then once you got the backlash from that, it was you're not involved in politics anymore. Then you start doing this service every Sunday where it wasn't really church. It was more so just playing, music and having a good time, which is cool. And
so are you saying that you will not allow him to heal?
Oh, no,
that's what I was going to get.
Listen, I'm not saying he can't. I'm more concerned with Kanye's.
And I'm just trying to ask the appropriate questions in response to you guys.
I get it. I want Kanye to be right mentally. Like, I feel like he hasn't been right mentally for a while. I feel like he hasn't been right spiritually for a while. And if this is him healing, this is his way of healing, cool. But my thing is, I just don't like the fact that he tries to turn everything, like, it's like he wants everybody to come into Kanye's world. It's like he creates the world that's going on in his head, and then he wants to bring everybody into that. And I think he needs to spend more time living in the real world and not making up these worlds and that's exist in his mind and putting them out there and expecting us to just come and support it every time he presents his world to us.
Well, I will say that forgiveness is a big part of the Christian faith. So I think he has the right to try
Where
to...
does everybody keep getting Christian from out of this?
I don't.
Typically, if you're doing a
I'm not
Sunday
putting any
service and
religion
playing
on it.
Christian music, because that's what a lot of they'll do in between his Kanye West songs, featuring Chance, who is a Christian who raps about Christian things. DMX, Christian things.
So we're assuming still. Because
So,
that
Joe, when you play Christian music at your Sunday service, I'm not assuming anymore.
You are assuming because Sunday service is Sunday service. I asked you about it, and you start giving me about all that's implied from what we have grown up to know to be included in Sunday services. I've never been to Kanye's Sunday service. I don't know what goes on there. I hear Soul to Soul and a whole bunch of other shit there. So I'm not taking this as the platform or the forum or the medium. Let me finish my point.
Okay, go ahead.
Or the medium to say, to be able to pull anything from the playing of Christian music in that platform. I have never heard a sermon. I've never heard anybody speak to anything. I've just heard a bunch of songs and DMX talking.
All right, let me reply to that then.
Regular people can't just walk up to this place. There's a lot that I'm pulling from this, but I'm only going to pull it from what I know to be fact, is what I'm saying.
Okay, so if you're at Coachella specifically on Easter, you didn't do the 2 weeks. You came on Easter. You have a sermon from DMX. You're playing the Clark Sisters. You're selling merch that says Holy Spirit and church socks, and you're going to tell me that I cannot assume that this is not Christian based.
You can. I'm saying I'm not.
Cool.
Yeah, you
But-
can. I'm saying I'm not.
And Kanye West, who claims to be a Christian,
But
as well as
Rory-
every act that he has on there.
Rory, I'm with you. I'm with you. Don't think I'm fighting with you, because I'm not. What I'm saying is adding skepticism to what you're saying.
I'm skeptical about everything Kanye West does.
You are right. I think the average mind is supposed to pull that. And I think that that's the goal. That don't tell me that that's what it is. To me, it appears cult-like.
It does appear
Okay, all right. So, you know what? We're kind of saying the same thing.
Yeah.
My problem was the appearance. Because, of course, I don't know what Kanye is thinking about that whole thing. My problem was the appearance of everything that you're giving to then sell. I guess that was my problem. And I have the same problem with pastors that do the same thing. But without me looking like I'm just hating on Kanye here, I had no problem with him performing all that at Coachella. That's great. If that's your healing process, have a blast. Clearly, you're disturbed. I have no issue at all if that's his way to heal. I think it's great. I thought the merch was distasteful. I think you're pandering to a certain group the same way you pandered to a certain group with Make America Great Again. I think you pander to people to try to bring yourself to more popularity.
See, and that's my beef. My beef is I walk away with a different point, but my beef is in there somewhere. I'm not as offended at the merch as everyone is. And I'm not so offended by, whatever is going on, only because I'm looking at this as nothing more than a business move.
That's what it is.
Oh, but we knew that. We saw this coming.
Whoa, I don't think that is plain Jane
Wait till
for
the Sunday
everybody.
wait till the Sunday service Yeezys
Well, that's
drop.
what me and Rory was just talking about.
Pink joints.
Rory was just saying, "Yo, this is Christian based. We're selling. That's what we were just saying. So don't turn around 2 seconds later and say everybody knows that. No, y'all may know it, or y'all may think it, or I may think it. I don't think that's so plain Jane for everybody.
It's not. It's not. But again, I just want Kanye to get right.
So
within
He could
himself.
certainly be healing right now. He could genuinely be healing.
And I
But
mean,
I
I've seen
think
it-
just with who the person he
when
is.
healing is mixed with business,
Yeah.
it's hard for me to think that
You're really healing.
It's sincerely
Yeah.
for that. And,
And
hey,
I get that,
And I'm
but-
not beefing. I'm not beefing with you about it. Nigga, get your business is business.
Yeah.
But it's a business. And then when I looked further, I didn't even know about about whatever it is the Kardashians were doing with some church back in 2009 that was only for celebrities that you had to pay $1,000 or 10 to 15% of your monthly earnings to be a
ties.
part of.
That's ties in the hood.
Man, that's a scam, nigga. That's a scam.
I'm not going to say that
some
because some
people feel like
celebrities
church
just
is a
want to
scam.
go to church without being bothered. So
well,
I'm not
yeah.
mad at that.
Well, I'm not mad at that conversation.
Some people feel like church is a scam.
I'm not mad at that conversation. And that's why I didn't get people replying to some people's disdain for what Kanye was doing with, oh, how can you not support that? Oh, but you support the fuckhead pastors. No, I don't support them either.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't support them, number one. Number two, I'm not really looking at Kanye in the same vein as a pastor. What religion is he preaching?
Right.
I don't know. I have not been invited there. But the optics of it, I'm not getting into because, like I said, does it need to be said? Does it need to be said right now? Does it need to be said by me? My answer is not yes to all three of those things. I've made my shit perfectly clear. All I'm gonna say is it looked to me like some shit is going on and more will be revealed.
Okay. Yeah, I think Kanye West heals in a really odd way.
And I would love to be wrong.
Because who he's so
I would love to be wrong.
I still have a lot of love for Kanye West.
Yeah,
Like a lot.
same.
Still one of my favorite rappers, period.
Yeah, he's one of
Maybe
the
my
most-
top 3 favorite discographies.
He might be the
But
best artist of our generation. One of them.
Would never argue that.
Yeah.
But I think his healing affects other people. I feel like it's almost a selfish healing to a degree. It goes at the default of other people in some cases.
I feel like he just
if
needs
you're
to-
healing, don't make others have to heal afterwards.
No, my thing is if you're healing, heal.
We can't tell people how to heal.
We can't tell people how to. We can tell people to heal though, and I don't think that Kanye has given himself time to heal. I think that he tries, because even the clip I saw with him crying and everyone consoling him at Coachella, when somebody breaks down like that, that's usually from something internal.
For sure.
Like those are emotions that are in you that you're holding on to that are coming out, and to me that says, you need to take some time to whatever's in your heart and on your spirit. Take some time for yourself to get right with that, and take some time to all of this work will be here when you come back, and work. People will still accept you, but when you start bouncing around from different things just to occupy your mind, it starts to look a little weird. Like, all right, what exactly are you doing right now?
I think creatives use their art to heal a lot, and
Which is
sometimes
fine.
great art comes of that.
Which is fine, but then you have to understand when you're going from the MAGA hat
Yeah,
in September or whatever it was to now, church and Sunday service thing, it's kind of like, all right, are you trying to, because you know how your people, African Americans, are when it comes to church. You know that we're very accepting.
There we go. That's the part I get
So when you
angry
play
at.
on that,
That's what I was saying,
it's
the
like, all right,
pandering
are you
part.
just trying to win us back because you lost us with the MAGA thing? And
That's
again,
how it could come off.
That's how it can come off. And again, I love Kanye. I think he's super talented, but I also can recognize when somebody is dealing with something internally and they haven't really recovered from it. And I just want him to get back to being the dope person we know him to be.
This is super hot take that they'll probably kill me for. This is a way for Kanye to pander to both parties. People that are naturally MAGA supporters are extremely Christian and take church very fucking seriously.
I was going to get into that.
So right now, he's pandering to a black church, but the same religion as most of the MAGA people.
Hot take. Contrary to popular opinion. A take that potentially will cause uproar. Since y'all would not let me define it last podcast.
No, we gave you
I'm
a
here.
chance to define it.
No,
just
for
first
Matt-
defined it.
Matt
no, that's
times.
not true. That's not true.
You defined it.
The
You
first
gave a
thing I
shit.
said was, I'm with the context of the English language, so no need for me to freestyle. Let me look it up. And Maul said, no. Just tell me what you think it means. But that's not what I'm getting into. So by that definition, I don't think that's how I take. I think that's right. I think that's fair to assess by what we're looking at.
Yeah.
You're pandering to two parties.
Yeah,
and I don't
sometimes
know
it's okay.
that I don't know that everything he do nowadays is just not attached to a tax break in some sort. I'm not joking.
Yeah,
I'm not
no,
joking.
I get it.
I'm
I
with
get it.
Maul.
I
I
get it.
want him to heal. By far one of the most talented and accomplished musicians that I've seen in my lifetime.
Yeah. Right.
Like me and Parks, we was having a whole conversation one day on the way here about what old Kanye was on. I was playing it, just old, and it was like, come on, man, old Ye.
Yeah.
I was listening in the van
Fam.
on the way to the show.
Well, yeah, your generation is good. Y'all are real knowledgeable about old Ye. Of
course.
I forget sometimes. Old Ye.
Yeah.
It's a different artist.
That's why I think that's the part that these new fans are misinterpreting. And I said to Parks that day during that conversation, yo, my anger is from love. Like, my hurt is from love. Like, this old Ye.
Yeah, he was one of the most inspirational people to me.
Hell yeah.
So important.
Yeah.
So important in everything that's just occurring, everything that was occurring in, the sound, like, and that's why I look at this shit funny as well. Don't exhibit cult-like behavior, and then to me it looks like you're hypnotizing people subconsciously with soul samples, but they're not soul samples. And I know I'm nuts. I know I don't expect people to look at the choir clips and come away with this. I'm aware that I'm nuts, but that's how I interpret it. Like, it's all very white noise-ish. It's all very. I don't sleep on the mind that Kanye is. Let me say that. I don't sleep on his mind one bit. Don't pay what I say about who I think he's become. I don't sleep on his brain. I don't sleep on the Kardashians either.
Yeah.
And I don't sleep on the Jenners. I don't sleep on LA and that amount of money in LA. I don't sleep on the possibilities and the powers and the capabilities of none of that shit. I don't.
You can't, because look how successful they have been with almost nothing. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're Kardashians.
Successful in what we're only allowed to see.
Right.
I am sure there's much more. So, I mean,
Absolutely.
don't give, like, I would be with the shits if regular people could just go up to wherever this is and witness. And witness.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
But because it's an exclusive thing,
This is a social club.
yeah.
This is a social club that for some reason
or a cult.
or a cult, but for some reason I keep getting clips of it on Sunday. I ain't asked for this shit. I don't give a fuck what y'all are doing out there. No offense.
Right.
Yeah.
That ain't how I give it up to my higher powers. I like soul to soul like the next person.
I think Kanye, originally he probably was using this as a way to heal. And
if it is, then I let me apologize.
I get yeah, because all we just
I'm with that.
Talk, right.
I'm not against
most importantly,
him
I
healing.
want him to heal. Most importantly, but I think the fact that
Not at the detriment of our people.
right, but then at some point he turned it into a business opportunity, and that's
But if he's a businessman,
no. But if you're a businessman, cool, that's fine. But you have to understand how certain people are going to start looking at it a little side eye-ish, like, all right, fam.
And ultimately, what is he going to use if he does hypothetically turn this all around and become this great, Christian or whatever?
Open a church.
But then what if he turns it back around like he did last time and starts doing some Trump MAGA shit?
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the scary part to me. It's like falling back in love with Kanye and everything that he's doing, and then he flips it again.
But that will go back to my point of him not really healing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, again, you're living in your mind, and then you're putting your mind out to the world, and it's confusing us. It's like you want us to live in your world. When it's like, no, we have to all live in the same world, like, which is the real world.
We're not all in a gated community in Calabasas.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
well, there you have it. And I mean, listen, I'm I say I'm not going to talk about it, and then we end up 36 minutes in. But I'm not going to get too invested either. And I'm just going to trust him and his, or not him, but his people to handle it, because I like a lot of people that's over there that are fuck with it. Like, I love Tiana.
Yeah.
I fuck with Chance. I don't believe, I joke around a lot here, I don't believe that should be a fluke with Chance being so nice and spiritual. And I don't think it's fake.
No, I don't either.
I don't think it's to sell records. Push.
Yeah, Mike Dean, shit. I love everything that Mike has done and
Yeah.
everything that
you
he
love
stands
Sean?
for.
You love
social
Sean?
media and stuff.
Sean, I don't think that shit is a front anymore.
No.
And shit, I say what I say about Sahai with just my competitive shit, but shit, I don't believe him to be a bad person.
Right.
No.
So at some point you got to believe Consequence too, even though me and him had our shit.
Right.
Like, at some point you got to trust people to take care of their people.
Right.
So yeah, let me not be the guy to just add skepticism to everything. Let me assume that his people are gonna help and continue to aid in the healing of our good brother. And hopefully someday us, the public, will be privileged enough to see some remnants of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because at this point, it's none of my business. It's none of my business right now. And I have to think that Kanye knows that, which is why Kanye is not talking. See, this is planned and strategic.
Definitely.
He's talked enough. Now we just gonna get sermons and tears. Now you ain't gonna get no isolated words.
Yeah, and I think to your point, Joe, too, with it being our business, the music is the only thing that's really our business at the end of the day. Yeah. And the music has suffered from his solo shit. So I think we do have the right to see what you're putting out here, and us can critique. All right, maybe this is the reason why Ye was a horrible album. I think now we can point those things out. All right, if you're doing this isn't working. If you didn't give us anything, I'd just be sitting here like, well, I hope the next album's good. I don't know what the fuck is going on over there.
Right. And you know what, man? And I'm going to end this, but that's what was happening, too. That's the part that makes some of the shit that we see with Kanye today, or that we've witnessed in recent years, be a little bit discerning. Like, listen to Watch the Throne again. Period. Listen to that album. Listen to what was being said and preached about and spoken about on that particular album. You can't tell me it's that much of a 180 since then.
Right.
Like, there has to be some internal conflict going on inside of him somewhere. But whatever. Topic for another time. I'm off of it. Keep him in your prayers. Lord knows that's where he needs to be.
Yeah. I mean, we can keep it in Calabasas and in business.
All right. Maul's new home purchase.
Congrats, Maul.
What did you get, huh? Who's your neighbor?
Spotify money hitting.
Hey. I did get a little glimpse of Spotify Maul on the road, man. He was fresh to death. New jeans every night.
What?
New jeans every night. The days of repeating jeans are over for Maul. Ain't gonna be no repeating jeans. I get you with the G stars today.
I didn't even wear jeans on tour.
Ooh, I'm not a peasant. No, I don't wear no jeans on the road, right?
No, I didn't wear any jeans.
My bad. So keep it in Calabasas business. Tiger sued Birdman.
Well, then what was he packing for so long when he fell asleep? Never mind. Forget it. Would you like?
Because jeans take up the most of the bag.
Yeah, I don't know how he fell asleep when he was packing if he ain't even had no jeans.
Did you roll?
Just
you roll
like
the
t-shirts?
jeans?
All them is skipping the city every night, traveling. I finally got a time to sit down and relax.
No, I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it. You fell asleep in it.
Yeah, the marathon continues.
I mean, and
Yeah, what?
mad opportunity. Well, no, we was bummy in between. You was running around in the Versace's as your
We've done enough talking about us on the road.
your tour in between shit. Like we all had on, some slides for travel. Your travel swag is a little different.
I brought my Uggs. My Uggs and I was wearing them.
I get it, man. Well, anyways, your friend Tiger has dropped his $10 million lawsuit against Birdman that he filed in 2018, I believe it was. No real information behind it, but it wasn't settled. It was just dropped, which I found to be kind of interesting.
What was the lawsuit about? Royalties?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything that typically comes with a cash money lawsuit.
Right.
Well, maybe that means he got paid.
Well, I was thinking maybe they settled outside of court, but I don't really see Birdman doing that.
All Birdman told him, listen, check this out. When I see you want me to put these hands on you or what, man? Drop that lawsuit.
I saw that Tiger's wearing a cowboy hat and playing a banjo in his new video.
Yeah, those are the times.
Little
man.
Nas effects.
You got to keep up with the sound.
Yeah.
Yo, if everyone becomes country.
It's going to be a weird 2019, man.
Yo, if that's the new swag, oh my God.
Can we just admit that Lil Nas X pulled the wool over all of our eyes in hindsight? Like, can we say it now?
Well, yeah, it was a parody song.
Yeah, but the growth of this record, I don't think was so organic.
How so?
I don't think it was as organic as they're making it look. You're not letting me think that you came out with the story about you versus country music, and now a week later,
that was
a week
strategically
later,
placed.
this song is beating Drake in my feelings for the biggest streamed song of all time. No, you're not gonna trick me this way. Well, I don't know what you did.
That was some good marketing, damn it.
But
they're good over there.
You got everyone behind it.
No,
fuck country music.
Yeah, no, it worked. It worked.
Well,
but
then again, they did it with 6ix9ine too. That looked, to the untrained eye, very organic.
6ix9ine was Columbia?
No.
So when you say they did it with 6ix9ine,
Well, just the major label system, I think.
Yeah,
is
your
something,
man.
oh, okay,
I forgot his name.
It's fine. I just want
The
to
son
know
of the other guy.
the son of
yeah, the guy with the
we
super
don't need to talk
villain
about
name,
it. But
yeah,
yeah. Anyways. Yeah, that looked they were really good at making that look really organic. Like he was just this kid that was throwing up Instagram clips and it was like, oh shit, everyone fucks with him. This isn't the first time that this happened.
Yeah, they've been doing this little trick for a while. But they did a good job with the Lil Nas.
Because it felt like a positive trick. Like 6ix9ine, it was a lot of negativity with the 6ix9ine shit.
Right.
This was like, all right, let's all get behind this kid that's getting fucked over by the country music scene. This is a country record. Let's get behind this shit.
Let's push him. Let's make a statement.
And on top of that, I would still stand behind that.
Right.
Even if it is a
We
trick,
all would.
I still stand behind it.
Yeah.
Me too.
So, you know.
Me too. I was just saying it's difficult to know now when the label tricks are in play or when the people really rallied behind and got something done on our own.
I think with this, it's a little bit of both. I think the label tricks were in play regardless, but when they came out that they didn't want it to be considered a country record and all of that, people were like, okay, well we're gonna.
And I'm not even asking so I can criticize. Like I'm asking so I can give credit.
No, yeah.
I would like to credit labels when they actually devise a plan and it works.
Right. Yeah. I get it.
Too often we talk about all of the misses and the fails and label people that have no idea what they're doing. But if you figured out a way to trick the system and just make new artists pop,
right?
Like they kept saying about Homeboy at Atlantic, whatever his name was, with the formula for the hit records. I don't remember his name, but
Mike Karen, right?
Yeah, Mike Karen. Yeah, I would like the big niggas up for plans that work. So there goes that. Dan, wait a minute. Before we move on, both of y'all said two things that I wanted to get to. Homeboy, whose name shall remain nameless, who we were just talking about, whose son, whatever. I think they just purchased one of these podcast companies.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Doesn't shock me.
UMG.
Doesn't shock me at all.
Just throwing it out there. Do with that information what you will.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of podcast companies being purchased out the clear blue sky.
We're the new legal weed.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
You can see it.
Yeah, that's a great way
We
of
were the
looking
new
at it.
mixtape. Now we're legal weed.
Y'all laugh or y'all say that jokingly, but I often relate all of my theories in terms of streaming to people in the country.
Go deeper. Pause.
What I mean is how I always say, like, I can't figure out what a stream is worth and what it's worth to who. When it comes to people, I always think that racism, much like terrorism, is a distraction for a bigger cause, which is world domination. And in world domination, I would assume some of the metrics to be valuable, which is all I've that's probably where, as far as I've gotten when I try to think about what America or our government needs with all of our data. Why don't you have enough data? Like, that's the part I can't figure out in Datagate. If you want to have a real conversation, I can't figure out what it's for.
Well,
what do y'all know that we don't know? What is on the cusp?
I just think there's value in monitoring every movement
Society
of every human being on Earth when you have those types of goals. Like when you can monitor what people are doing every day, where they're going, who they're with, what they're consuming, what they're buying, what they're watching, you can kind of get to know how those type of people think. You can group those different people by taking little things. This person likes Skittles, travels here, does this in their time. You can just start making these pockets of groups and connecting people.
Well, let me ask you.
And it's really sick individual way.
Let me ask you personally, who would you prefer to have all of this data about your person, the government or the big techie companies?
Well, I think they're hand in hand and almost one and the same, to the point that technology is the leading force of everything. Government and technology are...
And that's where I don't think they're one and the same, because I don't think the government planned for that. I don't think the government planned for the techie companies to have all of the power. I don't think they planned for the techie companies to make more than the government.
That's probably true.
I don't think they planned on such domination, which is why we're seeing some of the fights: government versus Zuckerberg.
Well, why I think
the info wars. Can the government take our phone information from, that's why we're seeing some of these fights.
But I think that's kind of why they're one and the same to that point, where you have people like Mark Zuckerberg getting sued and lobbyists changing laws to then benefit the government. So now technology is theirs rather than the tech companies. I just think we're in the switch of government taking technology.
Okay, so then
that's what I think we're doing.
So then with that being your belief, please answer my question. Which one of these people are you more comfortable with having all of your data, or are you just as
answer.
or you or
Do I
are
have
you
to pick one?
If I have to pick one,
Because they're definitely the same.
Neither,
But
but-
if you're saying to pick one, I would rather the tech companies.
if they were the same?
I don't want the
if they
government
were
having
the
shit
same,
about them.
they can't be the same because then they wouldn't be fighting.
That's not true.
well, no,
I don't think so.
Yeah, no,
I don't
definitely
think
the
so.
same.
Anyway.
let me reword that. I think they're fighting in the
I
sense for the
think one of
government to
them
take it all
has
over.
more information about us than the other.
Oh, the tech companies
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh yeah, the tech companies have.
And
one.
without question.
that's why I think they're fighting. So that's where I get confused when y'all say one and the same. No, they fighting because one person has more info about society than the other.
Well, when I
But
say
one
they're
can change the law,
and one is the
take it.
government.
But when I say they're one and the same, meaning like they both have an interest in our data because they're trying to market to us directly and sell to us directly. But they're the same because, like you said, they're just the government didn't expect for the tech companies to have that much power. They didn't plan for that.
And that's
But
probably
they're
the fight
definitely
because
working
one
together.
is trying to market to us and one is trying to kill us.
Well, yeah, death is a business, so yeah, I would agree.
Instagram is saying.
Well,
that,
no, I think before we get into Instagram.
Well, no, it's the same conversation.
I know. But I want to get into the Apple thing because I think it ties in with what you're saying and how the government is manipulating these companies and changing laws where they have to give that over. I don't know if you just read about dude who's suing Apple for $1 billion because Apple had to turn over facial recognition to the police, which I consider a branch of government to some degree.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah, to some degree.
The lesser-
they're
a
the
lesser
pawns,
degree, but they're
yeah,
there.
They're there. They gave over facial shit to them, and they falsely arrested this gentleman because the facial recognition was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, yeah, they're separate now, but they're fighting so they're going to no longer be separate. When you can change the laws, you can change everything.
And
You can take the power.
Well, they are going to change the laws because they feel like some of these techie companies. Well, that's why I kept telling y'all to stop saying they one and the same.
Well, I think this
Because
goes back to
they're going to change the laws behind it.
this goes back to something I think Joe had touched on a few months ago when he said you said something about the government with the phones. Damn, I forgot. You said something. Oh no, how we don't never read the terms of agreement that we click on.
Same conversation, 100%.
Like, so I'm pretty sure that somewhere in that, Apple's going to be protected. Like, oh, you didn't read this line right here where it says, if the government or anybody needs any type of help,
Fam,
whatever.
they brought Zuckerberg ass in there for a year straight to ask him about all the information he had and how could they get it.
Right.
That's the part they kind of
Why are y'all
try
not?
to leave
Why
out.
are you not giving us this information, Mark?
I don't know why Mark is funny.
I'm Mark.
Yeah, that's what was happening. So Mark is Facebook. Instagram is also Facebook.
WhatsApp is also Facebook.
WhatsApp is Facebook.
big international.
But I was going to tell.
Yeah,
I was
really
saying
big.
to Rory before Rory cut me off that Instagram is trying to run some tests to see if they could roll something out of an interface that hides your likes and your followers.
Do you think people will still use Instagram?
Yes. I think people will still use Instagram. I already told y'all I think Instagram is moving real funny with the algorithms and how they're distributed.
Yeah.
And that it's all an illusion, them making us think that we have as big of a platform as we have. We don't. And if I subscribe to that theory, then this is right in line with that. I think the government is coming to audit some shit at some point. And I think the techie people know that. And I think this is getting ahead of it.
But you think that if people couldn't see how many pictures your like got, or how many likes your picture got, they would still care to post shit?
Yeah.
I think they would. But
think they
what
would.
I think that does.
I think the
do,
need for
Joe?
the attention is much bigger than the need to be able to actually see the attention.
Okay.
Well, that takes monetization out of the user's hand. A lot of people make money off Instagram because companies see how much traffic they get, how many followers they have, how many interactions they have with the people that follow them, and get monetary value off that. You take that out of the user's profile. The user is no longer in control of their money.
The ability to lie more. It lets you ante up on whatever lie you're telling about hiding your data or how it's distributed. Actually, that right there, our likes and our followers is the only reason that some of us can even make a case that Instagram is doing something funny with the algorithms.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's all funny shit. I can't figure out what the point is because
I just think it's funny when people text you now and it tells you who it is before you even have their number stored.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the maybe joint.
That shit is absolutely. I don't think people pay enough attention to that.
Yeah.
Well,
that's crazy that my phone knows who's texting me. Like,
right.
And I don't even know.
There was a thread on Twitter about this white lady going ham about her trying to check into her JetBlue flight and putting her eyes in the machine. And
I got the tweet right here if you want me to read it.
Yeah, please.
I just boarded an international JetBlue flight. That word wasn't brought up enough. I do want to keep that in mind, the word international in there. Just boarded an international flight. Instead of scanning my boarding pass or handing over my passport, I looked into a camera before being allowed down to the jet bridge. Did facial recognition replace boarding passes? Unbeknownst to me, did I consent to this?
Was she talking about Clear or this is something different?
That's what I thought too.
She was not talking about Clear.
No. JetBlue replied to her and say,
Clear is another way they got us to give up our rights.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which is why I haven't signed up for that.
Same.
They got your fingerprints and
I
your
did,
eyes,
man.
dog.
They're gonna
They
get
got
it.
it.
They're gonna get it.
That's why I just gave
and they've got it already somehow.
Well, clearly, this lady, they do have it. As they said, you're able to opt out of this procedure. Sorry if this made you feel uncomfortable. She then,
Sorry.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, they said.
Yeah.
She replied back saying, follow-up question, presumably these facial recognition scanners are matching my image to something
or somewhere. Yep.
In order to verify my identity. How does JetBlue know what I look like? They said, the information is provided by the United States Department of Homeland Security.
They say that
from existing holdings.
But see, and this is why I have such a big problem with like America and its fucking teachings and history and what is it? It's provided by the United States Department of Homeland Security. Man, if you don't just give me the name of what some white gangster that made this fucking shit up, man. So I'm trying to make shit sound off.
George W. Bush.
Thank you, Parks. Like, knock it off. Knock it off.
So she replied with, so to be clear, the government provided...
No pun.
Right.
To be clear, the government provided my biometric data to a privately held company. Did I consent to this? How long has my data been held by JetBlue? And even if I opt out of the scanners, you already have my information.
And that is my point. We all are being sold without our knowledge. All types of shit about us that is so valuable, but we wouldn't know just how valuable it is because we're not privy to those metrics. It's all being sold to fucking Fortune 500 companies, sold and exchanged.
Or the government.
And the government. Fortune 500 companies and the government, which is why the government is going to fight with Fortune 500 companies.
So JetBlue did continue on.
Why? I don't know. They didn't say shit.
Yeah. They securely transmitted to Customs and Border Protection database. JetBlue does not have direct access to the photos.
Stop right there. It was securely transmitted. Don't you tell me what was transmitted.
And by the way, the dude running your Twitter account, I don't think has the fucking answers.
And he shouldn't say transmitted. He ain't the one I want to hear tell me what was transmitted through secret black holes, dark web. Then shut the fuck up.
So he then sent over like a link to learn more about the process. She quoted it, there is no pre-registration required. I'll say this press release really doesn't tell me anything about how this works.
We can't know how it works because then we would be in an uproar as a public people.
Hell yeah.
They want us to be
If
sheep.
we knew how it worked, this shit would get ugly quickly.
Yeah.
And and that's why I tell cousin Walter all the time. See, white ladies like this is so valuable. Like, you need the white lady to ask these types of questions. We wouldn't have got those answers if Bunquisha would have stepped and asked those questions.
Yeah,
Good. Come on, angry white lady.
Mackenzie Fegan had to get this one off.
There we go. Stop calling the cops on 13-year-old girls cooking out on the block. And ask the important questions, Mackenzie.
Well, JetBlue sent another link. She then quoted it again to close it. This is a quote from that article from JetBlue. It took her photo comparing her picture to a preloaded photo database of all the passengers with tickets on this flight.
It's creepy, man.
Okay. Well, get ready to scan your eyes and your face every time you walk through a jetway.
No, to get into Walmart,
Yeah,
to get
for real,
into
anywhere.
any store.
Yeah.
Like, you're no longer even going to have a card. Your eyes are going to swipe for everything.
See, and that's why I harken it back to fucking streaming. Yes, harken it back. Yeah, we give y'all all of our streaming rights, our publishing, and everything else, and then y'all tell us to go make our money on tour or get our scraps over there. The same way America is telling us to give them all our shit to access a line quicker.
Mm-hmm. And the lines don't be quicker.
Like, the trade is nasty. The trade is really nasty. Speaking of lines, one of the fans on the road, shout out to this gentleman. He shall remain anonymous. He told us the drug dogs.
No, they're going to find him because he gave all his data for that to Ticketmaster.
He told us that
they're going to find him.
The drug dogs at the airport are not drug dogs at all. He said they are bomb dogs.
Yeah, I knew that, though.
Silly me. Silly me thought they were trying to find a wedding cake.
No. The wedding cake is fine.
Well, yeah, I know, because they never caught the wedding cake when I walked right by.
No.
Well, that tells me something was funny about the dogs.
Yeah.
Bombs, huh?
Yeah.
So
Well,
here's
yeah,
my,
it's TSA.
but why can't they just tell us that these are bomb dogs? 'Cause that would unrest the public again? Public unrest?
no, people
think,
know that.
Yeah, I think they do.
People know
And I do think they're sniffing for
Y'all
drugs
don't,
too.
y'all
I
don't
think it's
ever,
just bombs.
honestly, y'all don't ever become afraid when you think about all of the things, all of the information that's withheld from us? Like, do y'all ever think about that?
Oh, yeah. I think about it. I don't know if I'm
They
afraid.
can't
try
tell
not
us
to
that
let
the
it-
fucking dog is a bomb dog?
I think people know that.
Yeah, I think. I see what you're saying. I just think it's a bad example.
People know a lot of shit.
Well, because I know. So
No,
I'm
it's not a bad
I don't think I'm the
example.
only
To
one that
me,
knows
it's
that.
the tip of the iceberg. That's what I'm saying. If you can't tell us about a dog, then why would I expect you to tell us about when the aliens came and started dapping niggas up?
They were just here in Queens a couple weeks ago.
That's what I'm saying. And they wouldn't let Amazon in Queens.
Well,
See, they beef
that's
with the
what-
tech companies.
That's what happens.
That's what happened.
but
The
no,
aliens-
I'd rather
saying-
have the aliens and Amazon.
But
I think,
wait,
so.
but that's important. See, all of this shit plays into some shit. The government and the city and the streets and the states, they are going to find a way to get their money. And the techie people, you can't stay online forever. Like, if you truly want to monopolize, you're going to have to get in the streets. And that's when you got to start talking to some of these city officials. And the first thing they're going to say is, grease my fucking palm.
Yeah.
Give me some of them pictures.
We're going to see that war play out in a few different industries on a few different instances. And that's all I'll say.
Well, it's interesting. I was saying that they are just going to change the laws to get certain tech companies obsolete and just make it one and the same. I think that's their most terrifying battle. Like, the government can take the unions, they can take the workers. All that shit is easy to take. Tech people adapt much differently than the average human being.
I know that's why. Listen, hey, government, the techie people ain't the weed industry, nigga. The weed industry was high. Y'all locked a bunch of people up. Y'all had the laws on y'all side. So when y'all said to legalize it, goddamn it, that's what it is. And we just got to kind of roll with the punches. And y'all get to monopolize on this new industry and all these billions of dollars that it's going to generate. The techie people wasn't playing with y'all.
If I were tech people, I would be terrified. Because I think a lot of tech people are going to mysteriously end up suicidal. They killed
please.
themselves.
These tech people ain't scared at all. The government still ain't figured out the dark web.
Nah.
You still ain't figured out the dark web.
That's the definition of a deeper, darker criminal.
Yeah, listen, if y'all gonna go stop human trafficking down there, don't come worry about what I'm buying from Amazon.
Right.
Word.
But whatever.
Yeah. All right.
Don't get me killed.
Listen, all you got to do is go back and look at some of those movies from the 80s and the 90s, man.
Yeah, they
About the
laid it out
government
for
and
us.
technology. Like,
Yeah, it's all right there in the Matrix.
Yeah, the shit is right there.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, let's get into some more
Segue, boys.
Let's get
Hey,
some happy
how we
things.
gonna segue up out of this? You know what I mean? Let me hit my segue, brother.
to my definition of the dark web, the shade room.
The dark web. It is gonna be a dark web if you ever end up on the shade
I
room.
rep this nigga and big him up as my segue, bro. You see what he did?
Shade, right to the room.
The shade
The
room.
shade room.
Go to the room.
Jesus, man. All right, give it to us, Rory. You back to Rory now.
You ain't dark web. Shade is on.
No,
dark,
listen.
and
I
it's
saw what
on-
you was trying to do.
It's
I
on the
I
web.
saw it. I
and
saw
it's-
it.
Rory,
And it's kind of
listen,
like
I saw it.
that's
I
Rory
saw it.
pulling up from 30. That's a miss. That's a miss.
With 24 on the clock.
Yeah. I ain't authorized that shot.
off the tip off.
Yeah, that Rory going crazy.
Let's move it around. a
I'm
little
wide
bit.
open. Like, why is Rory taking this shot? Other team like, yes, this is a shot we want.
Give that to him all day. You can take
Yeah,
that.
word. They got Rory at the 30. All right. Give it to us. The shade room.
Cardi B when
And it sounds gossipy, but what I took from it is not gossipy at all.
I didn't either. But to give the backstory,
And that's why Cardi's ill. She'll say some profound shit wrapped in something that sounds real simple.
Cardi put maybe 6 or 7 different
Or
posts.
8 or 9 or 10 or 11 or
I haven't-
12.
I
She
haven't
wasn't playing.
refreshed. Yeah, I haven't refreshed the
She
page.
wasn't playing with y'all. She utilized her platform. That's the thing, too. She got a platform. Like, see, that's why everybody want a platform.
Yeah, but watch when they take
And I don't
away
know
her
why.
followers.
I don't know why everybody wants a platform.
Everybody does not need a
No,
platform.
Absolutely not.
But I mean, I can see why everybody would want one. They're helpful.
Okay. It's a lot that comes with it.
We're all robots.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's what I got for
agree.
you.
I agree.
That's my profound takeaway.
We are all programmed.
And that is it.
So the robots are coming and it was us the whole time?
It's us. It's us. Listen, I keep trying to. Did I ask y'all one time how do you think human extinction will play out? Mm-hmm. I did. I told y'all that many years ago. It might even be
iPhones.
when Maul first got there or right before he first got there. And I said, give me your top 3 ways that this shit will happen. And I mean, I didn't even include the government trying to wipe us out and just replace us with robots, like shit that you can really control. Because then all this Datagate shit is to a fault. Get it out of here. Like we have remotes for them.
They do
Yeah,
now.
but with Parks, when you
The
have all
iPhone.
my data and everything and know exactly what I'm going to do, you can manipulate somehow how I'm going to move, and now I'm a robot.
I know. Listen, I stay home. This is why I stay home. I know we.
We are all programmed.
This is why I stay
From the
home.
media, the news.
Listen, dog, I'm about to just get more cash. Fuck this card shit.
Look,
My
now
solution.
everybody see. Now
You trying to go off the radar?
Yes, just cash.
come back to the Nike box.
You know
man.
what, though?
I
I
never
thought-
left. Yeah, try to tell
That shit
you.
all out the bank.
Try to tell you.
But it's really tough to live that way.
It is. They make it that way.
And I thought about that when I walked with Ian to the weed dispensary place in Denver, and Ian said, "Do you guys take card?" And they said, "Well, not credit card because credit cards are communicating with the banks, and the government hasn't caught it. They're not updated that
So
way.
they have a
yet."
machine inside the spot that you can put money in.
Thank you for snitching on them on this podcast.
No, it's legal there.
Yeah, it's legal there.
It's-
No, I know, but I mean,
It's
whatever
not-
they haven't picked up on yet.
They're taking debit. I mean, it's cash or debit. But because, I mean, that part is fine. But when you get into the why, it's a little spooky. Like, the banks are not caught up, and the banks are attached to the government. All the real shit is attached to the government.
Oh yeah,
And the
1000%.
banks.
Well, the banks are the government. The government runs the banks.
And the airports. That's important. Yeah, I need to go back and figure out I need to see the origin of airports. I do.
What do you mean the origin? Like the first airport to open?
Yeah.
I'd assume military.
No, I mean when they authorize it to be city to city.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking something may have happened between military and like that's how the highways did. Now they monitor those. I think it's somewhere all with government
But
and military.
what doc was I watching? I think not the shooter, whatever. One of them shooters whatever the nigga was that was living in the woods and killing everybody. The Unabomber, the Unabomber.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I
he
thought
was
you were talking about Mark
living
Wahlberg, the
in the
shooter.
woods, and he was staying off of government radar. He didn't have cash. He didn't have credit cards. He didn't go to stores. He was eating animals. And I watched it, and I was like, great idea, but I don't know if I have the wherewithal, to do that. So
You see how it worked
definitely
out for him.
Yeah, nah.
well, I mean, he got caught. And I do think there was a way around that, but I'm not getting into that.
You like Dunkin' Donuts coffee way too much.
Yeah, Joe, he'll get popped right in the
they got
driveway.
Balenciagas in the woods.
He's gonna walk in the driveway and get some Dunkin' Donuts.
Can't
Like,
pick fedoras off the trees.
Yeah, no.
I always sit next to and this is going to seem like a horrible segue, but trust me, it's not. I always seem to sit next to a really interesting person in first class, like a really interesting white person.
That's usually who's in
Like
first
one
class.
of the white people that like you could really learn from that's really giving you info like without knowing they're giving it to you. Mm-hmm. We were walking on the plane, and I'll try to make this a really short story, but I just want to give you some of my arrogance before I tell you how this happened. We were walking on the plane, and I'm in, let's say, 4A, which is a window seat. This plane was nice. As soon as I walk up, white guy in a suit says, hey, are you sitting here? I say yes. Well, maybe I don't say anything. He says, what does he say? He says, would you mind if my friend that's sitting right here, another white guy in a suit, he's sitting right across in the aisle. Would you mind if my friend sits the window? And I mean, if you want the window, and I won't say anything. And I said, I want it. It's real short, sweet. Stepped over him like a black nigger. Sat in my fucking seat. Why is that always the thought? Like, and that'd be where the fight happened between a white guy and black guy sitting next to each other in first class. But long story less long, he then turned out to be like the greatest of guys. And I saw Van tell a similar story, but in speaking to him, and this is the part that I took away from talking to him. I'm talking to him. He loaned me his Wall Street Journal. He ended up being a commercial real estate guy. Mm-hmm. Commercial real estate, meaning the big shit.
Hotels and shit like that.
Yeah, not a house. No. not an apartment.
No.
If I'm stepping out, it's nine and 10 figures. Mm-hmm. He was one of those guys, and he spoke to let you know that he was one of those guys if you knew. Mm-hmm. That's takeaway number one. You only know some of this stuff if you know it. And I don't know shit, but I know a little bit. He went on to say, as I was boarding this plane, the airport was packed, and I was looking at a Starbucks. And I thought of this because you brought up Dunkin' Donuts and whatever you were saying. He said, and there was a Starbucks. And the line was like super long all the way out of the store. Had to be at least a 25 to 30 minute wait. And he said, and all I could think of was, wow, what a bunch of losers. How could you have 25 minutes and be so wasteful as to stand on a Starbucks line and do nothing with the time? How could you look at your time as so invaluable?
Yeah, when there's a Caribou right next door that has nobody at it.
Fam, I didn't know that the super rich white people were dissecting people to a T this way. Like, I view time as my inventory too. Mm. But to judge the niggas that just spend 25 minutes on a coffee line, I took that like, wow, is that what? Do you have to be that meticulous to get to a certain number? Like if they think like that about some of the white people just standing on a Starbucks line, I could imagine what they think about some of the other niggas, man.
Well,
that's what I
because he
took
has
from it.
He has so much money, he has somebody go get his Starbucks. So he's thinking about, he looks at that like, people really do that? Like, damn.
Can the person that spends 25 minutes online at Starbucks not make $100 million?
No, that's not true. You can.
But think about it.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. You can.
Is it every day? Are they wasting a half hour every day?
Think about it. Don't just play me like I'm asking a stupid question.
No. I understand what you're saying. I absolutely believe that somebody that waits
I think
on,
someone could make $100 million.
Because that
especially
same
now.
That same guy probably waited online at the airport. He probably waited online. Like, he has money. Like, just because somebody waits on a line for something doesn't mean that they're wasting time. That's not what that means. I understand.
Yeah,
he tried to get some fly shit off, but let's just be honest. Everybody waits on a line.
On that,
whether you have $100 million or $100, you've waited on lines before.
Especially when you have the whole world in your hand and can run your whole business.
But I can't speak from the mind state of somebody.
Now, if you're doing that every day, then that's like, all right, you just spending 20, 30 minutes waiting on a coffee line every day, then that's a little crazy. But everybody has waited on lines at some point.
Yeah, and I mean, I understand his his point of saying that people
I
waste
get-
a
yeah.
lot of their time
I get
on
what he was
bullshit
saying.
and should be doing it.
It was
in a
some
more
fly shit to
productive way.
say, but you should have told him to
I don't
eat
think
a
he.
dick.
I don't think he meant it like that, and I think that he was probably being somewhat honest because, like I said, there's a
I
Caribou
took it like
coffee
that,
right next
too.
door that you get a coffee from that's probably equally as good. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a different conversation, but it's a similar conversation. And most of the truly wealthy people, not the people with a couple dollars, but the wealthy people that I've met in my life, which is only a handful, but whatever, they dress bummy as shit. Mm-hmm. They don't care about clothes, like the time you spend to get fashionable or hiring someone to get fashionable.
And I
Like
think
that's a
that's-
waste of time and resources. The same way for this guy probably waiting in a Starbucks coffee line is a waste
Steve
of time
Jobs
and
wore
resources.
mom jeans and a turtleneck.
Every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with Parks. That's all I was getting at.
No, I get what he was. The bigger picture is you shouldn't waste your time doing
Trivial
just
things.
dumb shit like that. Like you could be doing something else with that 25
Well, I don't
minutes.
think
get
Starbucks
that.
is that good either.
I
Anyway,
agree.
25 minutes on
that's
a
the bigger,
Starbucks
that's the bigger
line?
play.
No.
Now
Yeah.
I'd wait 25 minutes for like a chopped cheese from Haji's or something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like yeah, I'm
You know
waiting
what?
25 for the
I don't
chopped
take
cheese.
advantage of my girl being fucking Spanish and from Dykeman. I need to tell her to get me one of them good sandwiches from up there, man.
Have to,
Yeah.
man. Oh yeah, you're wasting your time.
Where's my phone?
Where you getting your sandwiches from these days? Oh, you're
You
a
want me
quick
to tell
check. You still a
Do
quick
you want me
check,
to
nigga?
tell you? Even though, gentrified sandwiches.
Quick check. That means
Quick check sandwiches be good.
That means quick check. I know.
Here's a real hot take. Wawa's not that good.
I'm rolling.
It's not that good. I'm tired of the hype.
Joe, you said that when we was on the
Wawa
road, we
ain't
went
that
to
good.
Buc-ee's and you was mad at Buc-ee's and you was like, let's get a Wawa. And I'm like,
That's what just made me think of it. When
kinda
Joe
the
said
same
that in the
shit.
van, I was like, let me bring that up in the
Rory
podcast.
every day threatens to lose his white privilege. you sure you want to go out on this ledge?
I
You
will
want shit- you
die
want
on
shit
the Wawa's not that good hill any day.
Are you sure?
Positive?
And I'm a little shocked that you and Quick Check sandwiches. They're pretty good.
no, I'm not. I'm
Quick Check's not bad. Wawa's
saying in
not bad. But
comparison
it's
to
not
like a
that,
real
it's not
deli,
this
no.
amazing
the
shit.
hood?
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
What is Dykeman gonna do when white people get them Spanish sandwiches out of there?
I don't think the white people ever will.
Shit.
White people like sandwiches.
The white people love like deli sandwiches.
Yeah.
They
Yo,
love like
can
the
I just
bodega
say
sandwiches.
this has nothing to do with anything? I have not stopped thinking about that turkey leg spot since since Mike and Swole brought me over there in Houston. The only reason I didn't stay in Houston an extra day is probably because that spot is not open on Mondays. This is not an ad.
Right, I feel you.
But if
They
you,
are not
but if you-
paying me.
No, I
you'd
want
like to give us some coupons.
I want to go back just to go though.
Fam,
And I don't eat turkey legs. I'm gonna find something that
they
I
got
eat.
shit for you to eat.
Yeah.
That's one of them places I wanted to like see if we could open in New York or something.
Not a
And it
bad
was
idea.
weird because it was amazing food, large screen TVs, hookahs, a bunch of women, and killers.
Yeah. Great environment.
yeah.
Oh, I felt
perfect-
that. Oh, man.
perfect
What a
environment.
spot. What a place, man. If you're ever in Houston,
Yeah.
head over to Turkey Legs.
But be careful. Turkey leg.
Yeah, be with somebody that's cool with Jay Prince.
Yeah.
Probably the safest way to go.
Yeah. But other than that, man, what a great spot. You know, I'm joking around saying that, but this is what was funny about visiting down there. Boy, the Southern Killers are the sweetest guys.
Nicest.
They are so hospitable.
That's what I
And I'm saying killers. I don't know that to be true. I'm just talking shit. Don't try to indict anybody.
It's kind of like that up north too, though. There's a lot of killers that are very cool.
Yeah, but they try to keep to themselves. They ain't really with being
Yeah.
sweet to everybody.
Oh.
They sweet if you know they sweet and they talk to you. They ain't just out
They're not
carrying
gonna
old
show
ladies'
you
bags.
the town.
Right.
But that's what Jack was saying, something like that. He was like, oh, he was in New Orleans. He said, yeah, dudes in New Orleans, man, they'll help your grandmother cross the street with her grocery bags and then kill you. He was like, yo, they're very polite
that's
guys.
so nice
Very
of them.
polite, very sweet. Yeah, he was like, but yeah, they'll kill you.
Yeah, sweet guys. Shout out to Turkey Leg, man. I'm going back for some of that shit.
Yeah,
We should
That
record
was
from there
sick.
next time we out there.
I would
Pod
love
from
to.
the turkey leg.
I would love
Right,
to.
right.
What is it called?
private
Turkey leg house? Turkey leg. What is it called?
I just know Turkey Leg, but I think
Yeah.
Turkey Leg House. TLH. Look it up, man. I don't want to fuck it up. It's not an ad, but I don't want to fuck it up.
Turkey leg hut.
Turkey leg.
Yeah,
hut.
there we go.
Hut.
TLH. Turkey Leg Hut.
Turkey Leg Hut.
Damn, that shit was banging.
Yeah, I was mad. I was getting out the shower when you called me like, yo, what you doing? About to go eat. I'm like, damn, I just got out the shower. He was like, all right, I'm about to go get some meat. I was like, well, send me the address. Next thing I look up on this nigga Graham. He's like, ooh, I see a big ass plate of mac and I'm like, nigga, send the address.
Nah, you wasn't ready for that. You wasn't
I'm
even
mad I
ready
missed
for
that.
that.
The turkey
understand.
leg shrimp Alfredo from the hotel looking at it like,
Yeah,
That shit was amazing.
yeah.
I'm gonna go get some of that.
Yeah, I need in on that.
I'm
next
going
time.
back. God damn it.
I need in.
We went to 90 different places since the Segway King Rory introduced us to the
Segway King.
You see me?
Yeah, no, he in the streets. He out here.
I knew what I was doing there.
I do want to get back to the Shade Room versus Cardi because there's an important conversation to be had in there somewhere. But first, I'd like to get into Maul profiling his friends by the amount of time that they put on the microwave for their food.
Yeah. You are by far the sickest friend
I was just
I'm
saying.
by far the least sick
but
because I
wait,
put
time
0
out.
time on my food.
Background. Let me
Parks
update-
recooks his food,
Let
for
me
real.
update the people. I was just bigging Parks up for his Unabomber style of living, like ice trays, shit that Savon 24-year-old ass wouldn't know nothing about. No microwave, just having to deal with natural resources, climate control, saving the earth. Wasn't it Earth Day recently?
It was.
I think it was,
You
yeah.
see, we didn't acknowledge it. Y'all
Happy
trash.
Earth Day, Earth.
Well, they let us know in the hotel.
Happy
They had
belated.
the card on the bed, and they said, turn
yeah, they
off
did.
all the lights and stuff when you leave the room. Turn
Wait,
the
what
TV
is that
off.
to do?
I do that anyway.
It said something on the card like turn off the lights when you leave the room, the TV, stuff like that.
Mo, I like my food extremely hot, especially if
No,
it's
you
in the
do.
microwave.
Did you use your bidet?
No,
Okay.
I didn't utilize mine.
no.
But that wasn't like the good kind. The good kind are like built into the toilet. You had to go to a separate toilet to use it. I'm not doing all that.
I'm judging y'all for using a bidet.
Nah.
Period.
In the hotel.
I just thought it was funny because it was right
Y'all
across
got-
from you as you sit down. It's usually to the side, and I was just
Oh yeah,
like,
you Snapchatted it.
yeah, I was like, why is this? I'm just sitting there looking at a bidet like we're having a conversation. So it was just weird.
Okay.
Y'all y'all got colonics?
No.
I've had
Tell the truth.
no, I've never had one, but
Come
I
on,
take
Maul.
I
Come on,
take
tell the
cleansers, I
truth.
take flushes though, but I've never had an actual colonic. No,
I would give it a try.
I'm joking, man. I need to get one.
Yeah, all that
I
red
need- I
meat
should
you
go
eat.
too.
You
Oh,
should.
you definitely need to. Go.
I should
Well,
try
I
to
was-
find
I was-
one by my crib.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All the
they-
ones
they
I knew
can-
about was in Brooklyn, and I just wouldn't go to Brooklyn. But that was when
No,
Brooklyn
they're
was
all
Brooklyn.
over now. You could
Brooklyn
go.
is nice now.
Speaking
Yeah,
of that,
that's true.
Parks, I was really happy to see our friend Joe discover water on the road.
Yes.
Like, that really warmed my heart. I'm not even trying
Let me
to play
hit
you.
the, let me hit the round
I'm,
of applause.
I'm really happy to see you drinking as much water as you did on the road.
Yeah, it's good, man.
Yeah,
It's a
three
step in the right
bottles. Yeah,
direction.
3 bottles of water on the road.
Yeah.
I have more than 3 bottles. More. I need my friends to encourage me
No,
and
you
empower me.
you know I'm encouraging you
I
to drink
tell you,
water.
Walt went and got me a
He
water.
bought you the life water at one
Mo
of the
went and got
stops.
me the good alkaline water out
Yeah,
to wherever
man.
he got it from, and I was
Tried-
appreciative of that.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you back on your
I
water.
like
shit.
how that was the only form of support I've ever seen from you.
From me.
I like
That's
this.
crazy. If that's the only support you've ever
Yeah.
received.
No,
But Joe, as a new water drinker, you got to not fall for certain things. Like when you came in with the 6-ounce can of water with added hydrogen.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that wasn't it though.
Yo, y'all telling me that water is bad? Did you drink that water? It's still in the fridge?
I
Say
drank
mine.
it. No, I drank it.
You see, you
Yeah,
bitch.
I had to see what it was. I had to see what it was in
And it
for.
was bad?
No, it was just water.
I'm gonna send you a list of good waters to drink.
you go.
And just stock up on it. In the
This
crib.
this water was from Rock Nation.
It was 6 ounces. Wait, in a can.
But it was from Rock
With added
Nation.
hydrogen, which is what water is.
You stole water from
So it was
Rock
added
Nation?
water.
No,
It was
somebody
water
from
with
Rock
added
Nation
water.
sent me the hydrated water, even though water is hydrated. This had extra hydrogen in it for like other
It was
stuff.
extra wet.
Listen, Parks is cracking on me, and he may be right because I'm no water expert, but that water was great. It tasted cleaner. Like Maul's gotten me into the taste of water.
You can
Yeah.
absolutely
Oh,
And
you
I
definitely
used
taste
to
the water.
judge people like that, but
you
it's
can-
true.
you can
Yeah,
absolutely
You
definitely.
can
It's a
taste
huge
water.
taste in water.
Why did keep giving me that bottled bullshit?
because that's
You know how much
because-
money we make out there on the road? Stop trying to kill me with cigarettes and dirty, polluted water.
Because that's the water that he's taking from our dressing rooms that they provide on the rider, and they're not going to.
My
give
rider
us,
should say, I have elevated.
But we spoke,
My rider should say something different than polluted water.
No, we told Keith that we
No,
definitely need a
I'm
different
gonna
water.
tell him.
Yeah, we
Oh,
need
we definitely got to update our rider.
Yeah.
I was still getting beer that I don't
Fam,
drink.
what are you talking about? We told Keith. He gave me 9 different polluted waters.
Well, that was what they had on this run for the next run. I'm talking.
Maybe
About.
we
Fam,
get, maybe
hey,
we get a water sponsor.
Check this out. Water sponsor. Well, that would be great. So let me not say that.
Yeah.
Next stop, Atlanta. I'm gonna get some clean fucking water in Atlanta.
Yeah,
That's right.
Y'all gonna give me some, man.
and we're going to Detroit, so we definitely need to make sure we
Oh,
have a
come on,
clean
man.
bottle of water when we get there.
And Chicago, give me clean water.
Yeah,
I'm coming for it.
yeah, let's do it.
I'm coming for it.
You
For
bad
the
bougie.
clean water.
I want to drink clean water. I've slowed
Me too.
down on steak.
Yeah,
That's
I've
good.
slowed down on meat.
Good.
That's good.
Good.
You wouldn't know it for my breakfast this morning, but I have. I have. I'm trying to live. I'm trying to live. Where was I trying to get to? Before we get back to Cardi and the Shade Room, I
Oh,
thought
we were talking about Maul and him judging people for how long they put things in the microwave.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
where
not
we was
really
at.
talking about Maul judging me because I put shit in there for 5 minutes.
That's,
I couldn't
that's
believe
really
you.
that's a long.
But I'm looking at
stretch.
the microwave like, all right, this shit is down to like 2:30 now. 2:30 from 4. I'm like, all right, Joe.
We've listened to 2 songs already.
Yeah, but then he
It's
left the
still in
kitchen when it says I was
I
like,
was out, yeah.
I said, wait, maybe I should go and open it.
No,
like,
don't you
stop
open my
it.
shit.
Joe let that whole
Listen,
4-minute clip run out.
When
he
he
took that shit out, when he took that shit out,
You
the
try to break
microwave,
it up a
not
little bit,
food no
stir
more.
the shit
man,
around.
that shit was steaming
Nuclear.
coming out of there.
First of all, one of my pet peeves in a very vulnerable moment, I'll share it with you guys,
Okay.
is I live in a bigger home. So when you take the shit out the microwave and go upstairs and really feel like you about to get in your eat bag and in the middle of the shit is freezing cold and then you got to go back to the microwave, it's corny.
Here's a trick.
That's corny.
Just
Break it up.
Just put
the
the
food
microwave
up.
in my room.
No, cut the food up. So if you get, because I know you, if you have baked mac and cheese,
What am I fucking?
you gonna just take it the
I'm a
block.
I'm a first grader now.
No, I'm just saying. I know
cut
how
my
you give it up. If this baked mac and cheese to reheat, you're cutting a block and putting it on your plate. You got to cut the block in half.
Yeah, but no, I'm gonna stab some holes in the top with a fork like Rachel Ray taught me.
But you got to go all the way through it. You got to go all the way through it.
Where's Rachel Ray at? Her fucking ass
got a show.
she gained weight and got missing, huh?
Is she?
No, I
I
think she
don't
got
know.
like
I'm
a
talking shit.
show still.
Rachel Ray, isn't she married to like some billionaire who
I
owns the
swore
network?
I was just
still?
walking down like 36th and saw her studio with a big ass sign. I think she's still out there.
Yeah, because she's married to like some billionaire, right? She did the Chelsea Handler.
Oh, so she doing what
she did the J Electronica.
She did
She
the
did the
Eve.
Eve.
Yeah, she did the Eve.
That's what
The
all the
J
hood.
Electronica.
She did the J Electronica.
Yo, quiet as kept. We
I
be
feel
sitting
Jay
on Jay,
Leto.
but he did that shit, man. I
Yeah.
salute
No
him.
doubt, absolutely.
You think I'm giving y'all a 16 if I'm married to a Rothschild?
I'm not.
Nah,
I'm not.
Not a chance.
I'm not.
Well, not married.
Damn,
but
all we
whatever
gotta
it
do
is.
is talk to Jay Elect to fucking get the Rothschilds to spread the fucking world income out.
You're not seeing he's doing God's work over there. Give him some time.
Yeah, salute J Elect.
Jay Elect is going to save the world.
Look where y'all find a salute from. What were we talking about? How did Jay Elect come up?
Marrying billionaires.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they did the. This is the corporate version of what the hood bitches do when they find a dude that'll buy them a hair salon
Or nail lounge.
or a nail salon, nail tech,
Or both.
a nail
both.
tech. Nigga throw tech on anything.
Waxing in the back.
What's nail tech? You could put the diamonds on my nails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You better chill. You better chill.
Technician.
Them nail techs gonna murder
Need a
your
good
mentions
nail.
in
Shout
their
out to the
word.
nail tech.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
I say
Great
that.
people.
I say that joking around, but
You be getting your nails teched.
no,
I get my nails
no,
teched.
no,
Shout out to
no.
Lisa.
I get my nails done with a light buff. I
Shout
don't
out
think
to
that's
Lisa.
a tech.
Yeah,
That's a
it's my
tech.
people.
But
Shout
I
out to
really
Lisa.
love who I send to in Union City or somewhere. That should take like 9 hours, and that shit is done correctly. Super expensive, and I have to pay for it every time. But I'm thrilled.
Your
I'm
mother,
thrilled when I see it.
Your mother referred Sam to a really good place in West New
Well,
York.
that's the place the sin goes.
Okay, they
my
all go down
mom
there.
went, and I was in love with how my mom shit was, so I sent my fiance there. And
Gotcha. Oh no, Sam loves that place.
No, they do it for real. Those are texts. Whatever word is past text, they're there.
They're artists, architects.
Yeah. I wanted us to revisit the industry rankings for a minute. Now that we're off tour.
Revisit the industry rankings.
Yeah,
of
with us. Because I never got a clear answer from y'all when I was trying to figure out where Parks goes in there. So I would like a clear answer from you guys as to where Parks goes on the industry rankings within crew.
Last.
Parks,
Yeah.
I wasn't really asking you.
You wasn't
I was
asking for his
asking-
opinion?
I didn't.
I was asking Rory and Maul and Erickson and Savon.
I didn't get a chance to listen to the It's the Real Thing because we've been moving a lot.
Friends.
I did.
But
Friends.
I did.
I retweeted
Friends.
it. Retweeted it.
Thanks, Ross.
Well,
That's support now in these
well,
in
let
this day and age.
me give you some of the
But-
quotes.
No, a lot of people were in my mentions saying, Parks may have dropped a lot of names on his trail to It's the Real's house.
It was a lot. It was a lot of names coming out of those Levi's. They were falling out.
Can we get a few
They're
names?
all over the place.
Well, he said he worked with everyone significant from the golden era.
So I'm
That
sure
is
he
true.
didn't say names to not offend
Yeah, no.
anyone that
Of
may
course,
not be
yeah.
significant.
He
Still
na-
last. I'm still last in the list.
You work with Nas?
He na- he na-
I've worked with Nas.
To be safe, he's an
Number one.
engineer.
Well, you worked with Nasir Jones.
Yeah.
You work with
Couple
Jungle,
times.
Jungle's brother.
Yeah.
He's an engineer.
Shout out to Jungle. That's my dude.
100%. But you worked with Nas
Yeah.
Big.
and wait, what?
Big is part of the golden era. No?
I did kind of work on a yeah.
You didn't do live sessions with Big.
No, of course not.
I
That
was
was
about to say,
well
get the
before my
fuck
time.
out.
No,
I'll fight you right
I
now,
worked on
nigga.
something
Get
that
the
came out
fuck with
posthumously.
No. I know you worked. I'm sure
That
you worked
counts.
on Nas Big
That
Records.
counts.
But no, I thought he meant like he was in studio and I was like, yo, Parks,
No.
bring
Oh,
that
no.
back
Nas,
from the top. I'm about to say, wait a minute.
Parks from the
Big-
top.
I was like 12 when Big died, so
Fam, now you understanding what I'm saying. Like, no. Yeah, no.
Nas, Preem, Drake, to name a few.
Just a few, though. We're not going to do too much more.
I'm still last in the
Names.
list.
He told us the real. Oh, I got a Grammy, my guy.
Feel me?
He might have said my nigga, but
I did.
let's just change it. I got a Grammy, my guy. So with that said,
That's light.
I'm
That's
still
light work,
last
though.
on the list.
Parks, we're not asking
That's
you.
light.
I know,
where
but
you
I'm
going
place
to defend
you.
my.
I'm asking Rory, Maul, Savon, and Erickson where you go now, where your name is to be inserted in this list. Maul, please tell me.
I still believe he's last.
Ha.
Rory, please tell me.
I'm gonna go. You, Parks, me, Maul.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
That's an interesting lineup.
Word.
I would also like to
I like it, though. I'm rolling. I like it.
Well, I would also like to state for the record that Rory came in here for at least 3 weeks and told us to keep quiet about some
This is all a lie.
private homecoming party
Told
he
you
was
the day before I
hosting for
left.
Beyonce.
He told us to keep quiet for a week.
You made us sign an NDA.
no,
We-
About
3 weeks, apparently.
about a Beyonce homecoming party that him and Chris Styles were Millie rocking at.
Rory's Millie Rock is...
That does nothing to you liking
my
his
rankings?
his list of me, Parks, then Rory, then you.
Well, he had me last, so I like it. y'all could do what y'all want with the other three. I just like me being fourth.
Got it.
Know what I mean?
Back to
And
Cardi.
that was just business, man.
Nothing. Business as usual.
Regular, degular.
Can somebody tell me where what are all of Kanye's streams of revenue? And I'm only asking that.
Shoes, socks, sweatshirts.
He brought up just business, which made me go back to Kanye being a businessman. Don't think I'm targeting him. Which made me go to. I remember when he was running around saying he was in so much debt.
I remember that. Yeah.
Do we think he's still in that debt?
No.
And this is not debt like normal broke people debt. It's debt
Yeah.
debt when rich people get into ventures that are upside down at the moment.
Yeah. When they've invested too much
Yeah,
than
yeah,
they
yeah,
can
yeah.
handle at the moment.
Yeah.
Do we believe him to be that broke?
No, he's not
No, I don't
broke.
think
No,
by
that
any-
version of broke.
He was
not
never-
our version of
No,
broke.
Kanye is fine.
Do we believe
Oh,
him
wait,
to
that
be,
version of
do-
broke?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
He could
Yeah.
be that version.
Yeah, I do.
That version.
I think.
I don't think anymore,
Kanye
though.
West is still that.
'Cause I think that was before the
I
easy
don't-
shit kicked
yeah,
off.
no, he's not. Trust me.
Do we
Kanye is
believe?
fine.
Do we believe?
Well, no,
the
I'm learning more
Yeezys-
about his contracts with music. I think he is. I think that maybe the Adidas thing has probably gotten him out of there. I take the fact that he is on this season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians as a way that maybe he's not in the greatest financial
Oh
state.
wait, he's like a character.
He's on there.
He's a
That
character.
has nothing to
We've
do
seen
with-
him on clips.
But yeah, but he's not.
I don't
That's,
know what you take from that, but we've seen it.
Yeah, but that's
and
not.
we know
that's
his
not,
stance on reality TV. That's not true. Don't do that more.
No, but that's not his. He's not doing that for financial gain.
And trust me, I know about doing it because your wife makes you.
Right. It's more of that play. It's more of that happening than just for a check. No. I don't think they can afford to pay Kanye to help him if he is in debt. Like, no.
Oh, they can afford to pay him.
If to get him out of debt, to be on the Kardashian, you think that Kardashian check is getting him out of debt?
Directly, no, not directly.
I don't think he's
that's
getting
no,
anything
I think
from
it all
Keeping Up
kind
with
of.
the Kardashians.
I think it all plays
I think
together.
if
It's just
you're-
another part of his scheme to get out of debt.
If you're asking me, and I don't want to stay on this because I want to get to Cardi in the shade room, but if you're asking me, I think a genius will come up with all types of ways to monetize visibility, some ways that we've never seen before.
That's what I'm getting at more.
So
Yeah, so I would say that he's on Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
I don't think he's being
As a
paid
result-
$45 million
Yeah, I
for his
certainly didn't
appearance.
say-
No,
the
I think
monthly
that's
check
for
he gets
another
from
play.
that.
That's
No.
for something else he may be working on.
Yeah.
But not from that show.
But
He's not
I
getting
think
paid
if
for
he's
that.
in a really good financial state, he doesn't have to have all these different types of schemes to get one being reality TV to get there.
Damn, that's gotta be weird. You think his manager calls his wife's manager?
No, just Chris handles all that shit. That's his manager.
I'd like to applaud Kim Kardashian for whatever law school shit it is that she's doing.
Okay.
Yeah, we came on here. Everyone thought we was gonna hate.
Did we
for
talk
her.
about that?
I think
Briefly,
we
yeah.
was on
We
the
did?
road when we talked
then
about
I,
it.
good
I
for
thought
her.
we were on the road too.
I think we were on the road.
I don't want to.
I think we may have talked about it at one of the shows.
Maybe that's
No,
what
we
it
talked
was.
about it here, but it was brief.
I don't want to be the guy to not big her up. She's caught so much shit for other endeavors. I would like to big up that she's trying to do something this positive and this monumental. So shout out to her.
Yeah.
Just off our Kanye conversation. Now back to Cardi versus the Shade Room. Give it to us, Rory. You were saying.
Well, yeah, she put up multiple posts suggesting that the Shade Room, because I guess there's some background lawsuit where they cannot post her. So what they do is they try to post negative things about all the people around her, i.e. Offset, QC, and anyone else, instead of all the amazing things that they're doing. She brought up a bunch of things that Offset has been doing that are positive that they have not posted, yet they post his baby mother shit, they post his gun possession shit, and nothing great that comes from Offset and QC.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know there was.
Focusing
I didn't
on
know
the
there was
negative.
something that they would set up where she can't be posted.
See, I wouldn't have went to the Shade Room for something negative. That sounds like a place for positivity.
Shade.
Well, Parks, that's kind of where I landed to it. I think I know the point Joe is going to make, but let's live on that part too. When Cardi was saying all that, I was like, dog, why are you even bringing this up? Who cares?
I care.
No, she had a valid point.
I care. I think it's super important.
I think she had a great point, but
that
we're also
she
talking about a
bring it up.
blog.
Well, she acknowledged that too. But what she was saying was that if black press is going to cover black stars this way, then how could we expect white press to cover us any other way? Mm-hmm. So that, to me, kind of takes away from we're talking about a blog thing, because that point is pretty huge. And it's true. To me.
I agree.
You know what I have? I just have one problem. I don't
You
like
have more than
when
one
people when people I don't like when people speak out on things when it's affecting them only. Like if you have an issue with what the Shade Room posts and what they do, I think you should speak out before it's your turn or before the negative light is on
defense, she has.
No, not
for
saying
a while.
no, not saying Cardi. I'm talking about people in general.
I feel you more with
Like
some.
I hate when people. I hate when it's just on you. Then you want to say something about it. But I'm
Well,
not
yeah,
saying
we can't say this
pertaining
about
to
Cardi because she ain't even really talking about her. She's talking about the coverage of her husband and
Well, I'm saying
Well,
the
the
fact she's
same.
directly. I'm saying.
yeah.
But I'll shoot some bail there only more because sometimes you're, and I don't know if it's really the case here because she has been very vocal about Shade Room. Sometimes you don't really notice shit until it is about you because we all are selfish to some degree. So I can't really see the overall picture of a certain platform until they talked about me. Now I go and look at it and I see all the fuck shit they're doing. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I'm just not paying attention until it becomes about me.
Rory, find some of those Cardi clips so we could play them for the people that didn't hear it. And I guess what I'm saying about Cardi, well, not Cardi, but what Cardi is saying toward the Shade Room is the same thing I'm saying about Kanye selling the quote-unquote the church merch.
Oh, she deleted all of them.
Of course she did, but they're out there
Yeah,
somewhere
I know.
still.
It's
They're
just
out
easier
there.
to find.
You hit send, goddamn it, you sent. The Shade Room, while Cardi has a point, I view them as a business. I don't view them as a blog. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are paying to be advertised and displayed there.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people that they speak harshly about are not paying. Granted, the public doesn't know that, but Cardi does, and I do. So, I mean, I don't view them as a blog. They're a business the same way Kanye is a business. Everybody with a platform is either a business or trying to be one. But, I mean, some of those same points that she made, I agree with. I just don't feel as strongly about it as she does. We have had the #1 podcast for however many years in our specific genre, or at least if I'm being specific on Spotify, at least since we've been there. Mm-hmm. The Shade Room doesn't say that.
Right.
They don't post about that. You know, there are certain positive things that some of our black celebrities are doing, and it's not posted about.
Well, that's because there's no money in that.
Of course, you're going to post about me wanting to beat up Safari on the produced episode of
The
Love
money
and
is in the
Hip Hop.
negative.
Like, you know what I mean?
The negative energy. That's where the money is at.
But it doesn't necessarily have to be.
It doesn't have to be, but it is.
Well, the only reason I agree with everything you're saying. But
Then why are you about to butt?
What the website is called the Shade Room. Their whole premise is negative, is it not?
Absolutely.
They don't ever post. They never did post a positive thing. Did
No,
they?
no, they post some.
I don't follow. I don't. I don't
They
follow
post some
them.
positive
No, they do
things.
post some
They
positive.
post
I don't go to
positive
those type of sites just because of the fact that they only dwell on negativity.
Well, the name, much like many of these other mediums, what it started as and what it ended as when you got all of this audience may be two different things. So
Okay.
yes, they maybe got their start
Gotcha.
as some salacious, only post the petty, raunchy type of shit. But as they grew, then they started having interviews and even relationships with certain people and artists, and
So now they are a more general publication.
Yes,
Got it.
Yeah, I mean, it's 15 million people that follow them there. There's a lot of engagement there. There's a lot going on over there. So Cardi's point is, don't say that you're for the people when you're against the very people that are doing so much good in the community. She brought up T.I. and Kodak's beef, and I agreed with her. It's the very reason that I never covered it. She said, those are two street niggas.
Right.
Like y'all and these blogs and your clout chasing and doing anything for clicks could potentially lead to two of our brothers killing each other because y'all playing with niggas that are street niggas. I agree. It's the same point we make about fucking Vlad. It's the same point. I make that point about quite a few people. I don't hold everybody to the same decorum that I do myself. Like, I come in here plenty of times and say to y'all, hey, I ain't talking about this. Yeah. And y'all agree. Like, we all of that ilk. Yeah. We don't cover certain things. It don't matter how many views or likes or clicks we think it will get us. Cardi is just one of the people fortunate enough to have a large enough platform to address it. Mm-hmm. QC has a large enough platform to address it if they felt. Mm-hmm. And then she went even deeper to get into just collusion, period, and conspiracy and conspiring, period, because she keeps making mention of people paying for smear campaigns. I know that to be a thing. Charlemagne thought that is what was aggressively happening with him when all of that shit was going on. It's a thing. It's
that's nothing new at all. It's just now on the internet rather than magazines or any type of news coverage. Yeah, people pay for that shit.
But can I ask you something? Why does it seem more often than not that it happens to heterosexual black men?
As opposed to?
Anyone else?
I couldn't answer it.
Okay.
Do you have an answer for us?
No, I have questions for it. I don't have any answers.
Well, the answer is there's an agenda against us, but I'm not doing it.
Okay.
And you know that. That's why you asked.
Okay.
And only me and you can speak to it because Rory and Parks are white.
Okay.
But I mean, as you walk out your house every day, what's up with you?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Me too. Actually, I got a little laugh when back to the fucking United workers being having attitudes and being dicks. When we walked up to the United shit, everybody really did have what do they call it? Premiere. But the one United worker was super mad at Rory for some reason. So she made him walk in the regular line, even though he shouldn't have really been in the regular. Oh, you was with me. Yeah, you was there. You remember. Boy, did I have a blast looking at Rory's white privilege not work for 1 second.
Yeah, we was laughing.
Yo, he was peeved over there. And I don't blame you, Rory. Yeah. But I'm like, damn, I feel
we was all traveling together with the same tickets. What the fuck?
She made Rory go to the long line.
But wait, I'm looking at Maul saying, hey, let me see your ticket, man. Rory should be over here with us. Maul's broken down. Listen, man, that black lady probably didn't feel like letting Rory white ass over here.
Today she was just like, nah, white boy, get out of here. Yeah. It happens, Rory. Welcome to my world.
He ain't like that shit.
Nah, Rory ain't like that.
If Rory had to be us for a day,
oh, Jesus. Woo! He would his dad will have someone's ass.
I was gonna let her know that my father owned TSA. I didn't want to let her know.
You gotta throw that card down.
Yeah, his dad would have had someone's ass, man. Go, Jake.
Father is the mayor of Houston.
Go, Jake.
Have your job tomorrow, lady.
But how else do we feel about Cardi versus
Well, do you want to hear some of the stuff she had to say?
Oh, I would love to. Please. Let's be a cohesive podcast.
Blogs, stop claiming that y'all for the people. When y'all promote
Cardi looks
these
great,
artists, these urban artists, misfortunes. Stop claiming that y'all for the people when y'all fuel drama in between these artists. Like, for example, that Kodak and T.I. beef, that shit should have been stopped. But people kept fueling it. And it's like, yo, at the end of the day, they are street niggas. Besides them being artists, don't fuel shit that could be taken to the street. Stop fueling this shit. Y'all want these artists to change, or y'all really don't want them to change? Do y'all want them to stay the same because it benefits y'all, or because y'all capitalize off these niggas' drama? Stop claiming y'all for the people when y'all fuel this shit. Like, what's up?
I'll be honest, man. Cardi looks sensational I don't know if people are picking that up from looking at these clips. Damn it, she looks good. No disrespect to Offset. I'm not saying it like that. Please don't go trying to refuel some old shit.
She does look good. Yeah.
Wow.
I be popping off at this water buffalo bill bitch, fucking Angie, the owner of the share room, because she know that she's not allowed to post me. So what does she do? She posts mad shit of people that she know that I'm associated with. For example, QC, right? This is the owner of one of the most successful black-owned label right now. Every artist that he got under his label are rocketing. But nah, she rather not post when he getting good accomplishments. She rather post him when he's dealing with drama, baby mama drama, or his personal life. Carisha, Young Miami, I'm really cool with her. Everybody thought that it was not going to be successful after JT got locked up. They've been rocketing, hitting the charts, every chart they top 10. But no, y'all rather not post that. Y'all rather post some shit that's going to set her up to get dragged in the fucking comments. Everybody that they know that I'm cool with, they always try to get them set up for people to talk shit.
Listen, say what you want about Cardi. She makes valid points.
I love when she gets in her little political bag.
Yeah, when she gets in that illiterate political bag.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. I love it because she's talking to us.
Yeah.
She's talking to us. She ain't talking to them. She's talking to us. City Girls have had an amazing year, even with one of them being gone. QC as a whole have had an amazing year. Offset has been doing a whole lot. Listen, I came on here and said I was a huge fan since I listened to that Breakfast Club interview and just heard how he was on it. There's been plenty of articles about the real estate shit that him and Cardi are doing in Atlanta. He's even made mention of it in that interview when he said Envy inspired him and that in the flipping houses. And, you know, he's doing some shit. No, we don't see those things posted about. Now, while I don't think that Cardi and all of the famous people should have, like, real feelings about this, I guess that's maybe not for me to say if your bottom line is being affected by it.
Yeah.
Because that's what this business is all about. Who is and who is not affecting the bottom line. That's why rap beefs started becoming something else. Because, hey, you can potentially affect my bottom line by whatever you're saying. And no, that's a lot more serious. So now I'm getting my gun. It's no different.
Yeah.
It's no different. So, I mean, I totally agree with her. I personally am not paying the blogs to talk about our podcast or me or Pump It Up or Moon Music 2. I kind of just...
I don't see that being the best Moon Music 2 strategy.
Wasn't a fan. Yeah, and I agree with you. I'm not paying the blogs to do that, but I personally know rappers that do. I mean, no different from the rappers that was calling paparazzi to fucking come take pictures as they pulled up somewhere.
I can confidently say... if you are on a major label, the label has paid a Shade Room or Shade Room-esque type Instagram blog to put your shit on there.
For sure.
100% of the roster, I can confidently say.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of artists be like, oh shit, I'm on the Shade Room. Yeah. Go check with your manager. It came out of your budget.
You're going to be recouping that.
Yeah, it came out of your budget.
Real quick, do y'all see, it's not a topic, but do y'all see HBO sneaking the word allegedly in description for the Mike Jack doc they put out?
I thought they took it down.
It doesn't shock me.
No, it's still there.
Oh, they just changed the wording.
Changed the titling, the little description paragraph. The word allegedly is in there now.
They need to get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. Like I told y'all when I saw that shit, that's bullshit, man. Mike can't do nothing with no boys. The Federal Bureau of Investigation can't investigate you for 10 years and not find anything. And then all of a sudden, a documentary comes out with two white men speaking, and now all of a sudden you're guilty. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I've been said fuck them niggas.
Yeah, no, I'm not wrong with that shit.
What?
Nothing that you said just sounded funny to me.
I did been say fuck them niggas. Hot take.
Is that a hot take?
That's a hot take. That is a hot. Come on, give it to me. Y'all, I just want my hot take props from y'all. Come on.
I think what
other platform are you turning on and they're saying fuck them niggas?
No, that doesn't make it a hot take though.
If nobody's saying it,
I think a majority of let's go with the timeline was saying, yeah, nah, fuck that. I don't believe none of this.
You can't go with the timeline. The timeline's a timeline. Everybody has a timeline. You have to go with actual reputable outlets.
You can't do that because you was rolling with that shit.
No, I said one of the little niggas might have put some sauce on it. I said one.
You said Mike.
I said one.
You said Mike was.
But don't do that, Mo, because I did come back 2 weeks later and said now I don't believe him either.
Okay.
When I went and got more information.
We'll say it again.
Oh no, I don't believe none of them now.
Okay. All right, cool.
No, it's too much information, man. I've spoken to some people, and I went back and really went into some of the reports. All 4 or however many of them exist. And listen, I think there's a much larger Michael Jackson conversation to be had. I think that they were trying to kill him or get rid of him for a long time, and we're looking at some of the many efforts in that.
Yeah.
Period.
Absolutely.
That's what I think.
That's why I said
I don't
from the
have
beginning,
enough
it's bullshit.
information because they won't give me enough information, but that's the end of that. Speaking of people not giving you enough information, Prince's fucking Prince weekend was in Minneapolis this weekend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only saying that because of the Jay-Z verse with them saying they letting people go through Prince's home and all that shit. Say what you want. I would want to be in there. I would want to see it. But I'm that big of a huge of a Prince fan.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that it's right, whatever's happening, but whatever they did in that weekend, I'm definitely sending my mom to that Prince Minneapolis weekend next year. I'm doing it. I am.
Yeah, that sounds like a great weekend.
And there's a Prince movie coming.
Oh,
It's coming.
Oh, I'm terrified.
It's coming. Yes.
Who's playing Prince?
That's still, yeah, dog. I don't know about this one.
It's not a movie as in they're picking an actor, but before he passed, he had started doing a project and they're finishing it with a bunch of doc.
Doc's a most here.
I'm fine with the doc.
Unreleased pics, some unreleased songs, some unreleased
I'm down.
paragraphs, some
I'm down.
shit that Prince wrote.
That's fine by me.
A deeper
Movie would scare
dive
me.
into his upbringing when his mainstream career took off. Just all about Prince.
I'm
And
down.
y'all don't need me to say how I feel about Prince.
Yeah, I'm
No.
down.
Yeah, I'm
So I can't wait. I'm looking forward to that. I'm not caught up on the act. Don't tell me anything about it.
Oh,
Y'all shouldn't be either. Y'all was on tour with me.
I watched it last night.
This guy watches a lot of shit. Yo, when you cool with your girl, you can watch mad shit. There's so much you can watch.
And there's match that you can't watch until at least she's there.
Hey.
So
All right, what else is going on? We're off on a tangent. I've been talking to Parks, and I haven't been talking to Parks because I do think that him naming his cat, whatever he named his cat, is animal abuse.
it's not.
Well, his cat doesn't have a name. He has a title.
It's, it's animal abuse. However
chairman.
y'all want to paint it, rationalize it,
He's the
justify it,
He's the
chalk it up.
chairman. And me and that cat are gonna become cool, Parks.
You need a
I'm making all
title.
this shit.
You need a title and a name.
I'm not a cat's guy.
He's
and I
calling
think he
the
senses that.
cat chairs.
Yeah, that's his name.
Cheers.
Like chairs, like you sit in a chairs.
Yeah.
You're saying chairsy, but just chairs.
Jersey works too.
And then I
Call him
asked,
Chairsy,
I
right?
asked
Yeah.
Parks about it. He said, because the cat is the chairman, so it's no name. It's a title, but you need a name with the title. And that's animal abuse, that the cat doesn't have a name.
Well, he does have a name.
His name is
Chairman
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's like I feel like it's child abuse.
He's probably
that
gonna come out
Lex,
here now if
Lex
you keep
doesn't
calling
know
his
his name is Lex yet.
Cheers. Cheersy. He ain't fucking with me.
Content kings.
Because it's animal abuse.
Yeah. Because it's animal abuse. He hates his name.
Parks talked to him before, so don't talk to nobody in this fucking living room.
My youngest son will know his name when he's 4.
Lex not feeling his name.
He don't. We say Lexington, and he just keep doing whatever the fuck he's doing. he don't care nothing about what we talking about. That we've been saying Poppy for 2 years.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what's
a year and a
confusing.
half. Poppy.
Yeah.
He probably thinks his name is Poppy.
Yeah, or he probably don't give a fuck about me and Sen.
A little bit of both.
He's
Probably.
getting to that age.
He's a
so-
Budden.
But I've been talking to Parks because Parks is the only one of us here that watches Game of Thrones, and I keep trying to increase our audience. So why it just dawned on me that Parks is not doing a Game of Thrones recap every week is beyond me.
No, we've done it like 2 weeks in a row.
Dude, your recap wasn't real Game of Thronesy, and I don't even watch it to know that your recap wasn't really satisfying to
How's
the
the-
Game of
how's the
Thrones
North doing?
community.
The who?
How's
The
the
North?
The North
So,
doing
It's about to get hectic
so
in the
I'm
North.
going to try to throw the
South is
alley-oop
Yeah, the South is
to you
always bugging.
now that the Ice King is coming.
He's coming. So this last episode was just kind of like a
I heard it was trash.
It was a little.
I heard it was bad.
There's a lot of romantic setup shit happening, but this Sunday is the one.
All right. I have to
Is-
watch the show.
You do
I'm
have to watch it.
I'm sick of people talking
It's supposed to
about
be the
it.
longest.
And I have no idea what the fuck
It's supposed to be the
is going on.
longest battle scene I
In
think in
the
film
history.
history, TV, or movies. Is going to be fucking epic, bruh.
Well,
I'm
damn.
watching
can
that
I
one.
just-
Yeah,
I
you could tune in.
I'm
Guys,
watching that
watch
one. I
it.
want to
You
see what the
should.
Ice
You
King,
should.
the Snow King.
You could probably watch like a
is
quick.
doing.
I know there's recaps on YouTube that'll give you a quick bust down on the whole.
You give me a recap, nigga. That stuff sending me to YouTube.
Listen, man, it's a lot to break down. It's 8 seasons. You ain't watched
Jon
anything.
Snow's fucking his aunt. What
Correct.
else is happening?
But
she don't care.
That happened all the time back
yeah,
then.
and all of us wanted to fuck our aunt back in the day.
What? No, we did not.
No.
No,
never
we
looked
do
at
not
an
agree
aunt
with
and said
that.
I
No.
want to smash my aunt. Never.
Yeah, forget it then.
What's wrong with
The
this
little
nigga?
tomboy girl got freaky on the
Just kidding.
episode.
Jokes. Caution.
yo,
just wanted to see if you guys
I
would
be
say yes.
wildin'.
Yeah, I be wilding sometimes.
Anyway,
Yeah, they were all just chilling, waiting for the battle to come, and the battle's going to come this week. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, though, because like this is the battle, and then
Okay.
there's still like 3 more episodes after this.
So a few people are gonna die. They're
a
not gonna
lot
make
of people are going to die.
it. Yeah.
see my beef with his Game of Thrones recap.
That's the recap.
I can jump in on it and know what's gonna happen, and
guy's
I've never
crazy.
seen
you
it.
kind of can.
This guy's crazy.
I'm gonna watch this episode that's coming
The
up.
Game of
Yeah, you
Thrones
should.
are going to kill
I'm
Parks.
saying I need to go. I'm gonna go watch the entire Game of Thrones.
I can't break down an entire 8 seasons. There's mad political
No,
shit that's happening. I
know.
can't give you
I get. I understand.
the entire
Man,
synopsis of the series.
Tell me what the fuck Jon Snow is on and let's get it
We're
going.
about to get it popping.
So the Ice King is going to kill everybody?
I don't think so.
Tell me that. Tell me who the Game of Thrones thinks has the chance to defeat the Ice King or Snow King or whoever this guy is.
Well, there's going to be a lot of tricky shit going on because the youngest son, can see the future and the past, and he's got a connection with the Ice King.
So
'cause
why
he
don't they
touched
just ask him?
Oh, that's his man's.
Call
That's
him.
where it gets tricky.
Yeah. Why
That's
don't
a
we just
lot. A
ask
lot of
him?
people thinks that that is his man's and they're connected. I don't think that's the case, but it's good.
Show the Night King in the preview for the next one.
Oh, he's going to be in this one.
Listen, I saw a preview for the next one, and it was just gang, gang, gang,
Yeah, it's gang,
standing
gang, gang.
across from each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as someone who's never seen the show, I was like, yeah, it's going
No,
down.
you got to watch it.
It's going.
You should watch
no,
it.
no. I'm watching
You
that
can feel
one.
when beef is in the air.
100%.
Has Sid ever watched it?
Huh?
Has Sid ever watched it?
Fam, no.
Oh, okay. Because
No.
my girl watched the season opener, and I kind of caught her up enough just in between shit.
My girls watched all
Like-
of the Selena Death biopics.
So did my girl.
All of
How
them.
many are
I
there?
think it was like
You should-
three.
There's a bunch.
You
There's a
should watch
bunch of
it.
them.
You should watch it with someone. Maybe watch like the first 2 of this season with someone that's watched it, and they can pretty much catch you up enough to know what's going to happen.
I just want to see the Ice King come kill everybody.
Yeah, well, that's going to happen too. So you can watch that and just get it popping.
You know what? And I feel for you Game of Thrones fans. I don't know how I would feel if the show that I were this invested in were ending with the 6-episode series.
Yeah, I mean, they're
6
an hour and a
episode
half, so there's a little bit of extra love in there. And they're apparently coming out with like a prologue, a prequel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be, I guess, basically another Game of Thrones with dragons and all that shit. So all is not lost.
I was looking at something that was reporting on the subscription differences between HBO, Showtime, and Stars, and it said HBO is at 35 million, Showtime is at 28, and Stars is at 25.
I'm surprised that.
And I was shocked that Showtime and Stars were that high.
Yeah, both of them actually.
Well, I'm
yeah.
really shocked at Stars being at 25.
Well,
and
Stars
Show
does have a
28.
lot of movies. When I was
They do.
when I subscribed, I was like, oh, I can see why you would stay subscribed. There's not much.
But I feel like that HBO Showtime package, I think they have a deal
One
with
show would do
Verizon,
it
so
to
it's
you.
easier to get.
One show would do it for you.
That's true. I
Like,
subscribed
I
to
would love to
Showtime
know
for almost nothing at this point.
What Power subscriptions were before, what Stars subscriptions were before Power. HBO has been known to have just
They always have good
amazing
content.
shows
Like-
for all of our lives.
Of all the streaming shit that I
But Showtime
have,
and them are catching up.
HBO would be the one that I would keep above all of them.
I use HBO Go probably more than anything.
Yeah.
I love
Because
HBO
like
Go.
even if you're bored, you can just put on Curb or some shit.
and
Like
just watch.
yeah.
Yeah, they have the discography back shit that I don't think Netflix could ever really fuck with unless HBO for some reason sold them all that shit.
yeah.
Can y'all tell me why Hulu distributes The Act weekly instead of all together?
I was
That I don't
I was
know.
just having that conversation and trying to figure out if it had anything to do with, because they do the ad break shit if you don't have premium on like a Netflix or HBO Go. I was trying to figure that out too, and I was thinking it maybe had to do something with how they distribute the ads, and if maybe they'll get more people at one time to watch
That's
in
true.
like a clusterfuck of traffic,
Yeah.
and maybe that would drive an ad price up. That's what I was thinking.
It does make a more premium on the
Yeah,
ads. That
like
makes
they
sense.
can pinpoint the exact time when they'll have the most
I'm
consumers.
going to call Dana.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Dana, tell me.
Industry. Oh, sorry.
I know Dana from Def Jam.
Oh, okay.
I know Dana.
I
very
don't
well.
see how I'm high on the industry list.
You can just call Dana and get the information.
Well, all of us know Dana well.
Okay.
Word, Maul and Rory know Dana
Yeah,
well
that's
too.
fine.
Dana,
That's
I've
why
known
I'm
Dana
last.
for a long, long time.
Dana's great.
But
Like,
Dana's like a
even,
friend.
and I didn't even know about Dana's new job, so don't do that. I was still kicking it with Dana off the strength of that's Dana from Def Jam, not Dana's popping. Niggas is phony in this industry. Man. That's why I'm not mad at industry people that want to keep their new jobs a secret from people, or like their titling.
Yeah,
a secret
Rory
from
did that
people.
for a while.
He's still doing it.
100%.
yo, you know how I know Joe's number one on the industry list?
Well, you're wrong, but how?
You had Swole and Gladiator standing around you at the Rafties.
In the corner,
Very
amongst
safe
a bunch
All
of
the people
friends.
were asking me, "Yo, what's up with Joe, man? He's being
in
industry
the corner,
very
hidden
safe
behind,
around.
like, yo, what is he
Like,
doing?
we all in here chilling, everybody chilling.
You know
I
what's
looked
funny
over,
about
I was
that?
like, I said, yo, why is Swole and Glad over there? Like, I'm like, oh, Joe over there. Like, oh shit, I forgot. Okay.
Damn, it's funny how our brains work. That's the exact reason I felt like I was last and all of you were first.
Oh, yeah, your brain
Because
was
our
good.
we
two
walked
hired
in.
security guards weren't covering us.
We walked because we walked in the Rafties upstairs, and I did what Joe does in every club in all of his life. I found an empty corner and beelined directly there and stayed there for the entire night and just watched my friends.
Oh, I can relate. I
And
did
when-
the same thing that Parks always does: go directly to the bar and get a beer.
Yeah, but this bar was different. Everything was free and everyone was migrating there. So the bar was where the scene was.
That's where the beer is.
So it's a little, and the scene. So it's a little different. So I was watching Parks in the scene. And I said, come on, guy, man, go ahead. And I was watching them all just maneuver the room. And I said, young. Look at my guy, man. Huh? Evolution, Rockefeller evolution over there.
Look where it's gone.
The Life and Times, Volume 5. You never know when it might drop.
You're right. You never know when it might.
And then I saw Rory being a gracious host.
Yeah, work in the room.
I was by not even the room, because the little spot I was in the corner was by the window. Window was floor to ceiling, so you could look out it and see your friends as they greeted people outside. Saw you outside greeting people.
Okay.
And I said, look at my guy, man. So that's why I thought everybody's in their bag and Joe is in the corner with security and the three of us are falling asleep together. I can't be industry. I can't be.
No, industry people.
I can't be industry. Come on,
We
Maul.
could have gave Swole and Glad the
night off?
Just sit back in the van.
No way.
Or stay in the van. Like,
No,
it's okay.
that's what keeps me safe when people start recording me without my consent and sending it to Sin's DMs. Come on, Swollen Glad right there. I'm not cheating with Swollen Glad right there. Come on now. Come on, huh?
Well, I disagree with that because we were talking to all non-industry people. Had an industry person walked in the room, I think he would have moved.
Yeah, it wasn't none but the VIPs all over again.
And that's not necessarily true. And that's the next point I'm about to make. I think y'all get a pass in that a lot, and it should be acknowledged. The fact that niggas can move with their anonymity is really awesome. It's really, really,
I agree.
really,
I don't wanna be famous.
really awesome. The fact that Rory can just walk around a room and the only people that bother Rory are the people that really know who Rory is.
Love it. Well, I'm annoyed even by that.
I
love that.
I would love it too. So while you guys were having a blast, I was standing by security, dodging hanger-oners who were just attempting to record me with their phones. I'm telling you, I say that for the last few weeks. I really hate it. It's making me be a slave to indoors. A slave to the hotel, or a slave to the house, or a slave to anywhere. Get your fucking phone out my face. Like, why niggas can't just go out and have a drink or a good time at their friend's after party without phones in their faces?
And you
Well,
know,
yeah, they was
I do feel
recording us.
I do
I mean,
feel really bad about that, Joe, just because I tried to make upstairs for that specific reason.
I know you did, bro. I know you did, but you can't, and that's kind of part of what my problem is. You can't fight against it.
Yeah.
No,
If it's you versus the phones, you're losing.
You know what we could do for future Raptors? Hire the people to do the cell phone in the bag.
Phone
game.
in the basket.
Yeah.
Phone
be
in the
great.
bag. Phone in the basket, like Remy did at her fucking baby shower. There are companies for it. I don't want to be recorded on your phone. I don't.
Damn, that sucks for Rem that she has to think that maybe at my baby shower someone's gonna film some
Well,
shit.
she didn't feel that way. She felt like it was such an attribute, such a plus.
Right.
She was pleased that there was a service out there that
too.
made it
Maybe people just have to talk to each other.
Yeah.
yeah, made it a very simple thing. Once you get past the fact that you have to give your phone up, Like once you get past that,
Yeah, you're gonna have a good time.
it's amazing without the phone. Like
time.
you talk to people you want to talk to.
Right.
And in that degree, hire a photographer.
Yeah.
Can I ask y'all a question? When y'all get married, are y'all gonna have kids at your wedding?
Have what?
Kids,
Yeah,
children, children.
I know
or
a lot of
infants.
people that have that rule where it's a no kids at their wedding. And
Really? I didn't know that was a thing.
I'm there.
Really?
I get it,
I'm there.
but
I don't want no kids at
I
my
can
wedding.
understand why you do that.
Your kid is not gonna be at your wedding.
My kid's 18.
I mean, you have another kid.
My kid'll be with the nanny.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's answering the question. You made it seem like you didn't have a child.
And I don't know. Don't do that because I haven't spoken to Sin about it, so I don't want to make it seem like I'm making decisions without speaking to her. But I don't know. I would assume my kid to
Your
be
child
with
will be at your wedding.
But I would assume my kid to be with the nanny. What I'm saying, I want my wedding to be adult activities. Honestly,
do you
my
mean?
wedding is not
a
going
lot
to
of
be
alcohol, a lot of cocaine.
a lot of mad shit that shouldn't be around kids.
Well, you can do something like have the kids like leave at a certain time.
Yeah, go to the wedding, but not the reception.
Go to
Yeah.
go to the wedding, but not the actual reception.
Yeah, that's a reasonable thing, I think.
I'm 100% ain't having no kids in my reception.
Well, I'll say this: if
My
I'm a
Lexington
parent, I'd
won't be at my
ecstatic to
reception.
see that.
Huh?
If I'm a parent, I would be ecstatic at that because now I can enjoy a reception and wedding and not have to worry about my kid fucking up your wedding.
And we're locking the phones up at the wedding and the bachelor party.
That's dope.
I don't know which one of my. Wait, do one of the friends have to plan a bachelor party?
Yeah,
I think just your group of friends in general.
yeah. Usually, like the best man is
He's
kind
the
of.
quarterback.
Yeah, but I think it's a group
I
effort.
don't have a
amongst-
best man. I hate all my friends equally.
Thanks, Joe.
For real, I don't. None of you niggas is
just-
flyer than the other.
Just make
Your wedding gonna be
make your
trash.
pops yours. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, that might be sweet.
Yeah, I think I'm just make my pops my best man.
Yeah, that might be pretty cool. Let me think about it. What else do we need to get to? I was off on a wedding tangent.
The Smollett. What
The
were they be
twins.
called?
The Smollett boys are back.
Yeah, I don't want to call them the Smollett boys.
Smollett
I'm
boys.
calling them the Smollett boys. They can't beat me unless I pay them to.
Right, that's true. You got a point.
Well,
I
they
kind of felt like that was going to happen because at some point it felt like, and I'm not staying on this because I've given the Smolletts in this case too much of my attention. But at some point it seemed like the brothers was working with Jussie because they didn't want him to be arrested. So they was like, yo, no, he did pay us for training. Everything is cool. That's our guy. But it seemed like Just took that and ran with it for a little bit and was putting too much sauce on the story, which turns into defamation at some point.
Right.
So now they're suing for defamation. Whoa, you went outside of the boundaries that we spoke about.
yeah.
And now we can't get a job. And now we can't work on the set of Empire. Now we can't do XYZ. Whatever it is they cannot do.
Well, they want to be actors. They haven't gotten any callbacks. They're to pay the bills. They do the training shit. They said everyone calls. They just want to know about the case. They don't want us to train them. And I think one of them just won an amateur boxing match though in Chicago.
Oh,
got hands?
You better win the next one. And the next one and the next one. Your days working around this town are over, buddy. Should have thought about that when you were at Ace Hardware.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him. And listen, I would say that I'm gonna watch the case, but I'm not.
Nobody's watching.
I'm not
gonna be tuned into the trial.
I'm not.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be refreshing CNN.
Listen, if the white guy can judge niggas spending 25 minutes on the Starbucks line, I cannot give any more of my attention to the Smolletts, and it's not a part of any of my businesses.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I can't. Attention is
Respect
too
it.
valuable. That's what dude Richard and me said, so I'm rolling with it.
Respect it.
Fair. Sports.
Not sports. They're trying to give our homeboy the death penalty in Miami. What's his name? YMF Melly?
YNW Melly.
YNW Melly. The death penalty in Florida. And Rory also just told me something else disturbing about Florida, no?
Yeah, Senate just passed a law that will allow teachers to carry weapons in school.
Oh, here we go.
I would shoot
Listen,
the shit
Florida-
out of my teachers.
You know, Florida's
None of
going
my
to Florida
teachers
it
could
up,
ever
even though
use
we're
a
about
gun
to go
better than
there.
me.
So let me chill. But
Wait, what'd you say, Rory?
I said Florida will always Florida it up, even though we're about to go there.
We are about to go there.
Florida's-
Let me add that the Miami show is not sold out yet. The Miami show, when are we there? When are we in Miami? Please look that up, Savon. Tickets are still available to see us in Miami.
May 2nd.
May 2nd, we are in Miami. Tickets are still available. So if you have not purchased them, a lot of people have been texting me about the Miami show, and I just been popping my collar saying it's sold out. But guess what? I'm wrong. It's not. Tickets are still available, and we are not that hot. So if you want to go to the Miami show, Tickets are available, and we would love to see you there. With that said, I think it's fucked up what they're doing to Homeboy. That's a cold take. And I would for these are the reasons that I would have a hard time moving to Florida.
Can you give me the background on what he's charged with in the whole thing? Because I'm not even sure.
He put his 2 friends in the trunk allegedly. He shot them both, put them in the trunk, and drove around and dumped their body parts in different places.
Okay.
And that, don't quote me on that. Google it and do some research if you're really looking. But he's charged with murdering and dismembering his 2 friends.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't think he dismembered anybody. I think he just dropped
Well, allegedly he didn't do anything.
He dropped them at the hospital?
One of them were dismembered, I think. And I didn't check this. Savon, check and see if one of them dismembered. Because that's a whole new charge.
Right.
For real.
I mean, I don't like the death penalty in general. But if he did indeed kill and dismember people premeditatedly, and the punishment for that is death penalty.
Dismembering sounds like a horrible thing.
Yeah, it is.
It is a hard
But it's not.
This is going to sound insane.
But it's not a horrible thing if I'm a killer.
Yeah, it's a pretty regular
It's
way
what
to
you
get
should
rid of
do.
bodies. Yeah.
If you're a killer, don't fucking try to cancel me. I'm not saying that you should be dismembering people. And of course, I want the best for Homeboy, and I want justice to be served. That's what I want. If he did it, send him away. God damn it. But if I'm a killer, I'm dismembering somebody.
There's no mention of dismembering.
Okay, then great. He didn't dismember it. Well, that's probably why he's on fucking trial.
It's a double murder.
You said that's why.
Did he drop them off at the hospital?
Because he didn't dismember them?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're bringing them to the hospital, does that count as like murder 1 premeditated death shit? If you brought them to the hospital trying to save them?
Well, they tried to make it look like it was a drive-by.
I cannot wait to see how he
Okay.
gets out of this.
Okay.
It was someone else.
Somebody spray up his own car?
That case I am going to watch.
Gotcha.
I'm going to pay attention to that one. And I apologize if I came off insensitive in anything I just said, but I mean, if I'm a killer, I'm trying to dismember. You're not supposed to apologize and repeat it.
Oh,
Never mind.
I was like, no, you don't have to clear it
All
up
right.
anymore. It's an efficient way to get rid of
Russell
somebody.
Westbrook.
Maul, take it away.
Yeah, come on, Maul.
Chop it
Save
up,
the
Maul.
day.
What do you
Parks.
want?
Oh, sorry.
Parks.
What do you want?
Look, don't chop it up.
We're not chopping it.
Thank God.
No, we're chopping it up, but we're not.
Maul, let's finally end your.
We're not ending shit.
Let's find
You mean end what? What do you want me to end?
world hunger.
I can try.
Since you're asking.
Bring peace to the world, too. If we could.
But if you're not going to do that or climate change,
I can try.
climate control.
I can only do my part.
Maul's pretty cool.
What fuck Maul? Maul gonna call Biggs. Yo,
Biggs is also cool, man. They can cool off the
It's
world.
hot when it shouldn't be.
It's not where it shouldn't be.
Maul, after witnessing OKC versus Portland, and this is not a sports podcast, but you do need a sports segment on this podcast.
So let's do it. Here we go.
Can you continue to say this fucking rhetoric that you've been spewing about Russell Westbrook being the best player in the NBA because he averages a triple-double for the last 3 years?
Yep.
All right, question. Do you not think he's been being outplayed by Damian Lillard?
I don't know.
What outplayed means?
I mean, his numbers don't say he's being outplayed. He's
Well,
averaging a triple double in the playoffs.
I know, which is what you always go to, but then I brought up efficiency and you cursed me out.
No, I said I don't care about efficiency. Only because when you're talking about a player like Westbrook, he's so aggressive that naturally he's going to turn the ball over. But I like for my point guard to be aggressive like that. Like, turnovers are not like, for example, D'Antoni.
If
like,
Lonzo Ball averaged 7 turnovers, you would have a hard time with that happening on your team.
But if Lonzo Ball was averaging a triple double, I wouldn't give a fuck.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
So you don't. So you
when
don't,
you're aggressive and you're going to turn the ball over and being aggressive, that's not a natural thing.
All right, so that's how you justify the turnovers. But how do you justify the poor field goal percentage from both 3 and inside of 3?
I mean,
31% from 3,
and
well
39 from
well
the field.
below league.
31 isn't terrible.
It's well below
It's bad,
league
but it's
average.
not-
It's well below league average. Fuck our opinions. League average is 37. He's at 31, and he's shooting 39% from the field, which is poor.
That's poor.
It's also well below league average. And again, Russ is one of my favorite people. So don't think I'm shitting on him.
No,
But-
I'm not saying you shouldn't.
But that would be why people say such a great talent is down 3-1 to the Trailblazers, a 3 seed. If he made different decisions and I relate it all to his basketball IQ, then I'm not sure that they would be down 3-1.
I mean, I can't say that. I mean, I think it goes to OKC is just really not a good team.
And at some point, I agree with that. OKC is not a really good team. But at some point, it has to get away from your personal stat line and to what your ability does to contribute to your team winning.
Well, he does everything to contribute to his team winning.
But his team don't win.
His team does win. They're sitting in the 6th seed in the East and the West with the same record as the Boston Celtics in the East, who most people have going to the conference finals.
In a weaker conference.
Exactly my point. So
but Russ signed the extension on his team in the West. So I mean, I'm not going to compare them to the Celtics.
Yeah, but I mean, if his team isn't performing, that's not. I can't say that Russell. I'm going to change my stance on him. I still think he's the best player in the league.
But that will come up when we're gauging his legacy when we get closer to the end of his career. How far did you take your team? And since Durant left, he has been unable to get out of the first round.
Okay.
That's not going to be an indictment against Jerry and Grant.
No, I'm not saying it will be, but again,
they're not going to say that about Schroeder. Like they're only going to say that about him.
I mean, he still has a lot of years left of playing basketball. So I'm not going to just put
Russ?
Russ is maybe 28, 29, maybe
in his
28,
prime. Okay,
maybe?
somewhere like that, but in his prime.
So yeah, I'm not gonna 30. Okay, she's 30. I'm not gonna put that on. Like he has to get out right now. He has to win. Like no, OKC is a really poor team. They're not a good team, but it looks like they're a good team, or they're at least a decent team because of how great of a player Russell Westbrook is and how much
While
he does
he's
for his
talking,
team.
find me the Odell rant, please.
And I just think that, again, if anybody else in the league was averaging a triple-double on a playoff team, everybody would be going insane.
But triple-double at the expense of what?
What is the expense? I have my team sitting in 6th in the Western Conference with the same record as a team in the East who people have coming out of the Eastern Conference.
I think that if Russell would have chilled at some point in his career, maybe not including now, that team would have done more.
If he would have chilled as far, we mean chill.
I mean, they had some very good teams.
I mean, when KD was there, we talking about one of the best
KD
players
and
in the
Harden
league.
and fucking Ibaka.
Yeah, but they got to the finals. They did what they were supposed to do. So what do you mean by he has to chill? He has to do more because those players aren't there anymore. So he has to do more. Now, Paul George, I love Paul George. Love him. Think he's one of the best players in the league.
Injured.
But he's hurt, whatever. But outside of Paul George, look at the rest of that roster.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think Russell Westbrook is doing so much with very little.
I know, but if you don't bear results that way, then you have to judge him that way, is all I'm saying.
But he bared the results. Like, what do
you have to make it
realistically, what do you expect the OKC Thunder to do? Realistically.
Today?
Yeah, like what did you expect him to go into the season?
Well, no, I had them beating Portland. I have it written down in all of my picks that I picked before any game was played. I had them beating Portland. I did not know that. I didn't know that Paul George was as injured as he was, and when I couple him with Westbrook, I was picking that.
So it sounds like to me that you are understanding what I'm saying. That Russ really is out there doing everything because he has to.
So at some point, I have to call him an underachiever.
Underachiever?
Yeah.
How?
Because if you average a triple-double for 3 years, great. If you don't take your team to the second round of the playoffs, because I don't think that's happening next year either.
What if you have a really shitty team?
But this is what I'm going to.
Y'all saying that to me?
Blame the front offense?
Yo, I don't make the rules.
Was Carmelo an underachiever?
But yes,
yeah,
that is an indictment. I don't make that rule.
Melo was there last year and didn't do anything for OKC when they expected him to do at least something.
I'm sure they would love to have him right now.
Shit.
I'm sure they would love to have him right now.
They could have had him right now. They don't want him.
I think
they tried it already. They tried that.
I think with George being out, they would probably want him.
They tried
that already.
It would help in the playoffs, especially with Paul George being injured.
Okay, what part of y'all not understanding? They just tried that last year.
I do think that Westbrook is similar to Melo. He's a super talented guy.
Get the fuck
that's
out
never
of here.
probably.
All I'm saying to
Russell Westbrook is way better than
you
Carmelo
can't say
Anthony.
that Russell Westbrook is the best player in the league, and this is what we're seeing.
He's not the best player in the league.
Okay.
He got to win more than one game against Portland, fam. Like I don't know what
No. I agree with you.
I don't even understand why you're not seeing my point.
I agree with you, but this doesn't mean that he's not the best player in the league to me, because he's down 3-1 to the Blazers. The Blazers are a good team with good players. And the one player that everybody keep yelling when I say Russell Westbrook and the Thunder is Paul George. He's hurt. So now ain't nobody yelling. Nobody else on this roster to help him out. Ain't nobody else yelling about Ferguson. Ain't nobody else yelling about Raymond Felton, Schroeder. Nobody's saying nothing about these players. You know why? Because you don't exactly my point.
Bums.
Exactly my point. You don't expect these players to do anything.
Fam, I don't like Billy Donovan. I like Presti, but I don't like Donovan.
I mean, you talking about coaching is a whole different thing. I'm just talking about.
But you want me to?
having the
I'm not
talent on the
shitting on
roster.
Sam Presti, who I believe to be one of the better GMs in the league, because I think he knows what he's doing. And if you can't get with him and figure out how to get out of the first round, then what do you want me to do? I can't say that you're better than Steph Curry. I can't say you're better than Dame Lillard now.
I'm just saying that Russell Westbrook has very little to no help right now.
All right, let me get to my Parks argument. It seems I'm in the minority with my Parks argument, which was the Celtics would beat the Bucks in 7, and that Kyrie would have he would dominate in the series or be more important to his team in the series than maybe Greek Freak. Yeah, only because Milwaukee's never been there, and I'm trusting that
Kyrie's not more important to the Bucks. I mean, the Celtics than Giannis is to the Bucks.
I said I think he will be in the series.
In this series.
Yeah. I'm talking about playoff basketball.
Oh well, yeah. Kyrie's that guy.
There.
He's there for he's a champion.
And I'm not saying I think he's a better player than Greek Freak. That was the argument we were having in the bus. Parks is right. Greek Freak is amazing. But in the playoffs, I want the best player with a jump shot. That's me.
The interesting thing to me is this was a matchup. This was a first round matchup last year, Boston and Milwaukee, and they didn't have Kyrie, and they were able to beat the Bucks. So that's why I kind of feel like the fact that they do have Kyrie.
It's a different team this year with the Bucks.
No, it's a different team, more experienced. I think Giannis.
It's some new players.
Feels like he's the best player.
Did they have
in the league.
Miricic last year?
No, they didn't have. They just got him right after the All-Star break.
That's what I'm saying. Did they have Brook Lopez last year?
No.
The Celtics
this
have been
different team.
playing different than they're not a different team particularly from a roster standpoint, but they are not the same team playing wise as they were last year.
They're more experienced. Giannis feels like he's the best player.
They
in the
played
league.
hungry as shit last year. They're not playing that way this year.
Yeah, he's more confident. So, but again, man, I'm going with the Celtics. It's hard for me.
I
to
got
bet
the Celtics too.
I got
Kyrie
the Bucks.
And we're in the minority
Jason
with
Tatum.
that, and I had no idea. Most people are picking the Bucks.
Well, because most people feel like Giannis is the best player in the league right now.
Yeah.
So it's hard to bet against the
And
best
they have
player
good
in the
role
league.
players.
For me, you got to go through it. For me, that's just important, how ready you are under the bright lights when the lights is on.
I agree with you.
You have to go through it.
The Boston Celtics have just been
I
a
think
little
the
underachieving this year.
The scary
to me.
thing for the Bucks is they rely so heavily on Giannis that I feel like Boston knows that they can win without Kyrie because they've done it. You know what I mean?
Aaron Baines just got to get one good, hard clothesline to Giannis. A hard one. Mm-hmm. Like, not the normal one.
Is that what you want to see?
A Knicks one. I don't necessarily want to see that because I
You
like.
saying
I like
Aaron
Giannis.
just needs to be physical.
Yeah, I like Giannis a lot.
Yeah.
I don't want to see anybody get hurt.
You just want a physical. You don't want it to be easy for Giannis.
Aaron Baines don't have no other option.
Yeah, no.
Either you clothesline him or highlights every other play.
Giannis is going to be jumping directly over.
But I don't even
Baines
think Aaron Baines is going to be guarding Giannis.
I know. I think Horford's going to be on him.
Yeah.
But if he gets by Horford, which I think he will, the second line of defense need to be a clothesline
And
to that
Horford is
nigga's
a good
neck.
player, but Giannis is going to go around him pretty
And
easily.
this is why I'd be confused at other teams. Nobody goes to the bucket on the Bucks other than Giannis and Bledsoe. That's it. Everything else is driving kicks. So if you're guarding the three, it's one person to clothesline.
Yeah.
Clothesline him.
It's going to be a fun matchup, though. It's going
That's
to
gonna be a
fun
good
to watch.
series, definitely.
Yeah.
And
I got the
and-
Celtics in 7.
Celtics in 7 for me too. Parks
in
has
6.
Bucks in 6. Rory.
He's Irish. He has Celtics sweeping
Nah,
us.
nah.
Yeah. You think Robert Parrish is walking
He
through
has
the
the
door?
Celtics sweeping him. He's Irish.
I hate the Celtics. I think I like the Bucks in
I
7.
hate the Celtics and love the Pats. I
You have
will
the
never
Bucks in
understand you
7?
guys.
I understand that either.
Yeah, more so because that's more on me wanting to see the Bucks win. But I'm gonna go with that just since everyone's going with Celtics.
All right, playoff basketball. Who you got in Toronto series? That's a good series too.
Toronto is playing.
Hypothetically, they still haven't got out of their first round.
Oh, knock it.
They-
off.
They're gonna
won.
finish.
Toronto won tonight.
Fucking
Oh, they won tonight already. All right.
please.
I got Philly. I got Philly going. to the
Toronto and
finals,
Philly is another
so
good one.
Toronto wins.
You think Toronto wins?
I got Philly.
I
Winning.
got Toronto too.
Yeah, it's hard. Kawhi is
Toronto
hard for me
in
to
6
bet against
again.
Kawhi,
In
man.
6.
I'm
I
going
got Toronto in 6.
Toronto in 6.
Yeah, I think I might take Toronto in 5.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be mad at that either.
Yeah.
And
I
Beat
can
is
see
hurt.
Toronto in
I can see it.
5.
I'm not mad at Toronto in 5, but I got them in 6 still.
Yeah.
All right, all for basketball, all for the playoffs. I don't want to get into the Western Conference because it's still being decided. I don't know what's going on over there. I do think Utah will take another one. I want to get into football. The Odell rant. Does the Odell rant prove to anybody that I'm correct in saying that Odell's miserable in Cleveland?
I don't think I've seen
And
that.
all he did was tell us how happy he is in Cleveland. That's all the rant said. Yo, don't listen to anybody. He said, trust me. And when people say trust me, they're lying.
He was talking to you.
Trust me. I couldn't be happier where I am, and I can't wait to. Yeah, come on, man. All of that? No. Hot take from Joe. Cold take.
Hot take.
Medium.
Y'all know that nigga's
Luke.
miserable. He is miserable.
Nah,
out
he's
there.
having a blast out there.
A blast doing what? Fucking photoshopping the Browns uniform on and posting to Instagram. Fucking stomping around in the sand to some average Browns receivers.
They have good receivers.
I saw Landry, and I didn't know who the rest of those guys were standing there.
That probably makes him happy.
Oh, they have a good tight end as well.
There you go. I'm talking about the receivers.
Well,
Damn it.
it's still kind of a receiver. Pass catcher.
Odell will get the ball.
Odell was fucking miserable. All right, my next sports question to y'all, since y'all don't want to talk about Odell being miserable, it's a hot take from Joe. Y'all won't stand by me. Cal Murray, who I believe will be the first pick overall on tomorrow, Thursday. Cal Murray or Josh Rosen, who has the better career? I'm asking because they traded mad picks up to get Rosen, and now it looks like they're going to go with Murray, but I don't think Josh is as washed as the media would like us to think. Who has the better career?
Well, it depends. I think that Josh Rosen, from everything that I've read about him in college and a little bit in the pros, doesn't really have control of the locker room. People don't really fuck with him.
They don't fuck
That's
with him. He's an
important.
asshole.
He's an asshole.
Yeah.
So I think that Kyler will probably have a better career unless Josh Rosen goes somewhere where that maybe doesn't matter.
Who's Kyler?
Kyle, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Kyle Murray.
That's fine.
I think that Josh Rosen in the right system might be able to have a good career.
So what you're saying is the right system can turn a role player into a superstar.
I'm a little bit worried about.
Rory, why I can't cook? Every time I start cooking, y'all tell me turn stove
Yo,
off.
my nigga, you don't play
Turn
that
the
sport.
stove off?
You don't
How
play
do you
that
make
sport
yourself
no
sound
more.
whacker than how it
man.
originally
Yeah, you don't
sounded?
play that sport no more.
Never
Stop
mind.
doing that.
You don't
Forget
play
it.
that sport no more.
doing that.
Stop doing that.
Yeah.
man.
I'm a little
You're
worried
not in the
about
system.
Murray
Yeah.
going to a team without a ton of talent and a young quarterback whisperer coach, just letting him go crazy and him getting killed because he's only 5'7" and 180 pounds.
Yeah.
I like that kid though.
I like him a
No,
lot.
he's
I think
nice.
he's great. I would wish that he ends up in a good situation where he is protected
To
as a
that
quarterback and not just
point-
No, I agree
we're
with
trying
that.
to get people in the
Yeah,
stands.
Small
We want you to-
quarterbacks
absolutely
don't
has to be
typically
quarterback.
have
Yeah.
the greatest careers.
He's
so I don't know.
dynamic.
He is.
He's great.
That's what they say about him.
Yeah.
That's
That
what
word
that's
never
what they
tells
say.
me anything.
No.
That word don't tell me anything about the person.
Now, but
That
he
just
grew
says
up
they
his
can make a
dad was
play.
a football player, I think. So
Well, as a
he
quarterback,
grew
that's all
up-
you need to do is make a play.
He grew up in football. You know what I'm saying? And I think that will bode well for him.
Yeah. I like him. I like him.
I like him a lot.
I can't wait to the draft to just see what the Giants are doing.
I wish he would go to Miami.
What pick do y'all have?
6 and 17 and 34, if I'm not mistaken, about the second round.
I think that's right.
6-17. Who they had in the mock draft? Y'all get?
Yo, they've changed it every time. In the ESPN mock draft, it said Devin White. It said the Bucks will take Josh Allen, who I like a lot, and the Giants will take Devin White at 6 and Drew Lock at 17. A lot of the other mock drafts have them taking Daniel Jones, the Duke quarterback, at 17. I hate that. And some had Josh Allen falling to 6 and the Giants taking him. If that happens, I won't be mad.
Right.
Let me tell y'all, if Josh Allen comes to the Giants at 6 and they don't take a quarterback at 6, I'm not mad at all.
Yeah,
I might be happy. The first 6 picks in the draft, and that's without Haskins, look like beasts.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent on the defensive line, especially.
Josh Allen, Boza, Quentin, whatever his name is, not Ed Davis. I keep saying Ed Davis. Ed something. Is Ed?
I don't remember.
I fucked it up.
Yeah.
Ed something, not Ed. Why the fuck?
I think Drew Lock is going to be a good football player. Quarterback from Oregon?
I just want to see where everybody goes.
Yeah.
I've liked Drew.
Ed
Ed
Oliver.
Oliver.
Yeah,
Thank
he's
you,
nice,
Savon. See, that's why I pay you the big bucks. Yeah, no, he looks great. And I've liked Drew Lock for a little while, so I'm anxious to see what happens. Then are y'all going to go out Thursday night in New York? That used to be me and Maul's time after the draft, NBA or NFL draft. We hit the street. That's when New York was popping, huh? You remember?
Is the draft is in New York?
No, it's in like Nashville or somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Not in Secaucus, but shit. What does that mean?
Word.
New York's still gonna be out.
That's true.
For real.
Y'all going out? Y'all going
nasty.
out?
They'll find any reason to go out.
It's true. It is true.
Nah, I'll be sleeping.
I will be home.
Yeah, I'll be sleeping.
I will be home, sleep as well.
Fuck that.
Somehow I think we have hit anything. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to ask you, gentlemen.
Stan officially got added to Webster Dictionary.
Oh, yeah.
Stan, the
Stan,
word?
yeah, as an obsessive fan.
Wow.
Really?
Officially added to Webster.
Okay.
Shout out to Eminem.
Yeah. Great song.
Shout out to him.
I think that's kind of cool.
It's very cool.
Is that how words are birthed?
Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
I mean, that is what Stan means.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed. Shout out to him. Good for him.
Yeah.
And shout out to Stans. That's important
Guys,
too.
They are very important.
You guys have a definition now.
Let me look at my phone. Savon, nothing is happening right now. Is anything breaking? I want to congratulate Sylvia Rohn on her new position at Epic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Shout out to Sylvia.
Congrats to
She was already there, right? And just got promoted, I think is what happened.
Yeah, she was already at Epic.
Yeah. She was president, and now she's bigger president.
Yeah, she's pretty much.
Good for her.
Pretty much how it was. But
Bigger
shout out to
president.
Sylvia. She's been over there for a little while now.
Yeah.
On her
and
new
I-
position as the CEO/chairperson of Epic Records, first woman to hold the post.
That's a big deal.
I like it. Again, I'm big on longevity, especially in anything that has to do with hip hop, because it's never applauded.
Yeah.
She's been around for a really long time,
Forever.
and shout out to her, man. I think that's great.
Word, shout out to her. Before we go, I want to say rest in peace to Nigel Shelby from Huntsville High School in Alabama.
Yeah.
That's the 15-year-old young man who was bullied for being gay or bisexual and ended up taking his own life because he couldn't deal with it. My heart goes out to his family and friends, as well as any friends he had in that high school. Always sad and unfortunate to hear a story like that. So rest in peace to Nigel Shelby. I wanted to say that before we got out of here. I feel like it was something else I wanted to say before we got out of here.
Rest in peace, Nigel.
Britney Spears looks nuts.
Well, she just recently checked herself in. Get help.
Yeah, but I never believed that. Like when white wealthy people say it, I feel like they just going for some other shit.
With her, I do, just because she has a history of that, and then got a really great Vegas gig and still checked herself in.
Well, I hope that Britney Spears is well. I hope she's okay. I hope everybody's okay. Speaking of everybody being okay, we never talked about Wendy Williams and all the shit she's going through with her husband because we're not that type of podcast. But I want to make note that 1 week she went on TV amidst all of the husband pregnancy cheating scandal and said, "I'm still wearing my ring no matter what." She was rumored to be in a sober house. Not rumored, she is in a sober house. And not even a few weeks after she was in that sober house getting some type of intensive care, she came out and seemed to make decisions with a much clearer mind and immediately filed separation papers. That may not be a big story, but the decisions you make when your mind is clear versus when it's a bit cloudy, I don't understate. So I would like to shout her out and wish her well in all of her endeavors and all that she's going through. I say on this podcast a lot that relationships will kill you faster than much of the other shit in the universe. So I just want to pray for her as well. I want to pray for everybody. Please keep us in your prayers. Lord knows that we need to be there. If you came and saw us on tour, then that was nothing but affirmed. Yeah, and until the next time, listen, you guys did an amazing job for us to be potted out. I want to say that to y'all.
Same to you.
Y'all did great.
It's because this is what we do.
Come on, it's us.
All right.
Come on, King.
All right. Until the next time, we'll talk to you Saturday. This is what we do. Yeah, Rory. We bid you adieu, peace, farewell, arrivederci, adios, deuces. Until the next time, remember, life is but a series of moments, and moments are all we have. So let's try to make this one last until, whatever.
I see what you was trying to do there.
I'm trying to
Trying to get into his closing bag. Yeah. Your closing bag is trash.
Yo, I can't.
Just keep it like Russ. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless. Good night.
Y'all don't support me in nothing I do. Hold on, guys.
Go home, get some sleep, man.
Yeah, just hold on.
Oh, where's the fucking song at?
Just
Rory,
hold on.
Talk real quick.
Would you like me to pull it up?
Just hold
And my
on.
closing bag is just as bad. I'm not going to tell you. Follow your dreams.
Irish
Just
goodbye?
hold on.
Yeah,
We're
we're
going
with the Irish goodbyes.
He just bounced.
Everyone, follow your dreams.
Where the fair we go? There we go. Took me a little while.
Yo, your
but-
iTunes library is
What
horrible.
do you want me to do, Rory? Hey!
That's funny.
You know what I mean? We're going home. Maybe dinner will be ready this time.
Maybe.
Rory, when you came home off tour, tired, fighting with United the whole time, did you walk in and Sam had something cooking?
No,
Tell
she
truth.
cooked lunch for me today because she was asleep when I got home.
So the answer is no.
No.
Parks, you didn't walk in any home cooking, right?
I had some
After
leftovers.
a long and strenuous tour. No need to look in the kitchen when I'm asking you. I'm right here. Like, I'm right here. You looking over there.
See the
All right,
single nigga out the crew. Uber Eats never fails me. You know what I'm saying? Uber Eats.
She held you down?
I hit my nigga from the airport like, yo, we here at 30. Feel
Wait,
me?
so Parks did answer. So the answer is no. So she
There were
didn't.
some leftovers in the fridge.
So no, she didn't.
No.
What's ha-ha?
No.
That's an answer.
Yeah.
That's an answer.
I don't want to die
Yeah,
today.
exactly. That's right, your fam. You gonna ask that in front of my lady? Like, come on, my nigga.
All right, so it's the three of us. None of us got a home cooked meal. Savon is single, so he wouldn't be getting none. Erickson, are you single? Did you get a home cooked meal? See, that's what make you really mad at your significant other. When you walk in the house and feel like you could, if you were single, you could have got some of your bitches to cook you something.
Look, we ain't gonna
Hey,
talk- we ain't gonna-
arrivederci.
yeah.
Keep us in your
We ain't gonna-
prayers.
we ain't gonna talk about
We
that.
are out of here.
We are out of here.
Good girl would have had something cooked. Yeah, when we first got together, you was different. Yeah, you good, but I'm starving.
I know how you can cook.
Yeah, word. I ain't have a meal, nigga. Wasn't no wedding cake around. No, what was going on?
Rolled up.
We're going home. Talk to you Saturday. Enjoy your week. Enjoy the playoffs. Enjoy the NFL draft. Enjoy each other. Enjoy life. Remember, this shit is short. Our time is limited. We will talk to you later. Bye. All right, Drake, you just repeated.